This is good information.
As a heads up, water isn't a good.
No. No, it's not.
As a matter of fact, usually it's like the anti somehow.
Yep.
Fucking compilation of people
Because
being
water dries out your skin, ironically.
fucking infomercials. Are you bad at doing anything?
You mean
Yeah, I'm bad at
everything.
doing everything.
Stefanos doesn't exist in the campaign.
You don't exist. Ever.
Oh, that's hurtful.
You're right, because I've transcended.
Exactly. Glad we're
He's
kind of
transcended
understanding.
penis.
Something super.
Okay, AC can go off now.
I can't turn the AC off. Pup gets too warm.
Well, why? Yeah, why would you turn it off? The pup will die. If that pup dies, we're gonna sacrifice you to return it back to life and give
It's
it your
always
body.
on. Not the pup, but the fan.
Oh, so you turn the pup off every now and again. Piece of shit.
There is no winning. Understand this now.
There is no winning. You bastard.
I
Anyway,
know.
but just know, you've already come to terms with an ultimate victory. You have the puppy.
I do.
Puppy's gonna shit in your shoes.
Puppy bites my shoes.
But anyway, yeah, we left off with y'all arrived. Everyone's home.
I go home.
We're back at
I'll leave again.
settlements for the first time in a long while.
I'm leaving again. I need to go somewhere.
You gotta go down by the CVS and just get anything. Just anything. Anything to keep you away from me.
I don't want to go back to the cell now. Let's split the group again. Feels too unnatural.
That's alright, I'm gonna do that.
Ugh. So we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah, stroll on in.
Yeah, I'm gonna stroll on in. I got
I-
keep to go into.
I didn't burn the place down.
This is the first
But
victory.
what
of the
about
day.
our goblin friend?
You guys would notice there's actually beyond tents. You know, there's like a lot of tents set up in the fields and stuff surrounding the castle. There's actually what look to be like wooden shacks and stuff being set up. You know, something that actually looks more like buildings.
Where'd they get
I'm
the
so
wood? There's
far.
only so many trees here.
They bought it, or they brought it.
They went to the carpenter. He magically made it.
He combined grass and made wood. No question where they got the wood from.
They're wizards. Everyone's secretly a wizard. They all know fabricate.
There we go.
Anyways, yeah,
Okay,
making
so
my
we're
way in, seeing people. All right, we're moving up in the world.
You are. You notice several of the people kind of look your guys look at you guys. You guys arrive, kind of. Some of them quizzically.
Who are they?
Who were they and why are they walking straight up to the castle?
They're not the mayor! It's like, we don't have a mayor, guys. We don't.
Hey, that explains it.
That's right. We don't have a mayor. We have a lord. Lord Paladin.
So you guys go in, pretty much stable your horses, and they're going right up to the castle.
Yup.
Okay.
People need to make words at me on the way there. They will make us. We're going up. They'll see us. Smiling faces.
No. you guys are going up, you would actually,
Mr. Goblin?
you would see Jacob Garvard actually coming out, pitchfork over his shoulder, and
I'm going to
bundle of
stop
something
protest.
under his. He sees you guys, and his face brightens. Looks at you guys. He. Welcome back.
Fuck, that's right. I need to fix that.
I swear to God, he will think of you of a god as you can. If you can.
Well, everyone will. Just in general, though.
Hey, little girl, what are you doing awake? I'm gonna look at Jacob, I'm gonna give him a smile. Say, good to see you've kept the place in order.
Nod, and he'd say that the
He did. Cause he's not fucking leaving.
he'd say 9 spent lots of time talking to everyone and putting things in order.
Still a smile, give a nod. Anybody else gonna say something to him? My smile and nod. I just started scrolling through Pathfinder and I saw Hillary and Trump.
Passive aggressive spitting.
Okay, I'm back. Feels weird.
No, Jacob made words at you guys.
I know, I
Yeah,
responded.
I'm telling Joe.
Yeah, I caught that, and then Zach made words, so it's all.
I didn't really have anything.
The, yeah, aside from that, he'd say that he has work to do. That, by
Sorry,
this
toast
point-
again.
This point in the day, actually, Chris, where would you be at about a little after 9 in the morning?
Ha! Well, I imagine nobody's coming by. Actually, I don't know if anybody's. No, then they would have had to set out really early. I imagine nobody's coming by to talk wordy things. So, I guess I would still just be in the Lord's chambers, doing righty reading things.
Okay. Alright. Jacob would tell the rest of the group as much.
Well, I know where to go.
The pool.
That's
I'll
where
just
the
go along with
is.
Joe for now. Stefanos, we will make words later.
About
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not about Jesus. Got urgent. Oh,
Lulu, what are you doing?
As you guys are moving, boy would actually look around and he'd kind of say to you, Joe, he'd say, "It's a splendid castle."
it's all right.
It's good for a little hovel.
Yeah.
There you go. Zach
Like
said
my
it.
court, little girl.
Yeah, you guys make your way inside and up to the Lord's chambers.
Yeah, I'll go with all of you too. Partially because I'm pretty sure Chris is about to say goodbye for no real reason at all.
Plenty of reasons.
Okay. Yeah, plenty of reasons.
No, he's saying, for some reason I am aware of this. He's
Yeah.
using his player knowledge too, so he can be present for the goodbye.
I mean,
But-
I don't need to say bye to you.
Fuck you. We were partners, Chris.
But yeah, Chris, you would actually hear going up the hallway leading to the or up the stairs to the Lord's chamber. And hey, the group's back.
We did it.
Hey, look, it's all. Oh wait, minutes later.
I would just say about time. Sit down,
You guys
whatever
have
I'm
noticed
doing.
that a lot of different stuff is been added to the room since she's used it. So, but yeah,
I'll just look to you and say sorry to be such an inconvenience. Sarcastic. Murky.
I'd nod and say, make sure you don't do it again.
And say, seems we have more people than before. Your doing or just word of mouth?
I'd say a bit of both.
Well, I'd sit down in the chair and say, what did I miss? Oh, nah, I can't do that. I gotta say, what did we miss? Fuck you guys. Why couldn't I be the only
Fuck you.
one?
You can
I'm gonna
still say, what
jump
did I
in
miss?
too.
Well,
Yeah, it seems dickish, so I'm not gonna
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
you're the paladin.
Yeah.
I'd say, nope, I go first. What the hell did I miss? I'd point at you, imprisoned, point at Stefanos, wanted, point at Zach, and just kind of wave my hand because I don't know what to say.
I'll just give a shrug. You don't know I died.
Nope.
I can
Twice.
assume. For no reason.
Morgan would actually thumb over to Zach and go, "He died again."
Her
Look,
with kind of a
I'll have to fucking
like,
rub it
what
in.
the hell?
look at Zach.
And I'll just look to her and say, you died a little bit inside. A scowl.
I'm gonna look at Joe for a few moments and just nod.
I'd say a lot of people lost their cool at the gates of London. Just leave it at that.
I'd nod. Let's say around here. Think. So I've been talking with different people from Camelot about expanding and building upon what we have currently. Had motion to different things. Let's say we have probable locations for certain buildings. We've got builders and planners we can contact now. It's just a matter of letting them know we're ready and that we can pay them. And say as far as raw materials go, so we could always purchase them if need be. The surrounding area doesn't provide. Nate, how would it be better financially to gather it from nearby? Because I imagine there's not much forest lumber nearby. Not a large.
Depends on the direction you go in. There's a fair amount of forest. If you head a little bit more to the if you head a little bit more to the northeast, there's a decently sized forest that can be chopped up.
How long of a trek is that for horse and wagon? And is it easy? Or is it hilly? Because that'd be a problem.
Not very hilly, because as I said before, you guys are sort of in in mid England, which is somewhat flat, probably the flattest part of England. So, and you know, the woodland is probably maybe an hour away by horse and wagon.
Oof, that sucks.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably a little less than that, but
I mean, that's
or
not
an hour
that much.
to and fro. So, round trip.
That's not that bad considering it's going to take way longer to get the wood.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot closer than London is. Or not
Yeah.
London. Yeah, Camelot. Yeah, it's a fuck ton closer than London is.
I hope
Other
so.
side of-
Jeez.
other fucking side of England.
There's no forest other than this other country's forest. What?
I'd say that, I'd say I decided to take after... Wow. Yeah. Fucking hell. I'd say I took steps similar to Beldroth, but in a less faithy way, and got some trusted people by me now, knowledgeable on this and that, and someone, I'd point at you, Stefanos, who also is very similar to you.
Hmm?
A cat?
Meow?
I mean, if you say cat, Zach, I do have a response.
You mean a cat?
I'd,
Part of it, just not in the voice like, a cat?
I'd say she does have a cat.
I like her already.
Man, we found you a girlfriend, Stefanos, and I mean the cat.
It's good, Zach.
I don't think he'd ever feel good with that. Just like, nah, this is still wrong.
I mean, the cat is his original form. He shapeshifts into a...
I am a smart now.
But,
Oh god, so that means it's like you're raping something with Down syndrome by comparison. Oh, this is all kinds of wrong now.
the other cat does have an intelligence of like 7 or 8 right now, so,
He knows what's
All right,
what she
familiar.
knows what's going on. He or she
So
knows
it's like a freshman in
Don't
high
bite my
school.
keyboard.
there you go.
Back to creepy.
better.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
Anyways, I'd look Chris. Say you've been very busy. Good.
I'd say everything's ready for you lot to be busy now. It's saying it's my turn to take a trip.
Hmm? Where are you going?
I just nod and say, send birds, keep us updated.
Wait, let me find my character sheet. I gotta find my character sheet.
I would say, so how long you planning on going for?
Hold the fucking phone!
No, there's so many questions. You gotta answer them all now. Lulu, you can't fit my
What is
character.
10 plus 2?
I can't lie to you guys if I don't have my character sheet out. This is important.
Because you got to see your bluff.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
It was high.
Just like me.
While you're looking at that, be right back.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Lulu, you're being such a good
But
girl.
yeah,
right now.
Stefanos, the
30 seconds.
Stefanos, the thing that made my Inquisitor amazing at bluff was because he was a changeling. Is that what they're called? Yeah, changeling. And he was the blood hag bloodline, so he had something called inscrutable, which increased the DC on their sense motive by 5 to figure out my bluffs.
My tiefling's got a +4 ratio on bluff, so it's pretty close.
Yes, you said it's like 17?
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
Right now, level with 5 ranks in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was able to put my bluff at like 20 something before level 6.
Did you like
Effective
literally pump it? Like,
Oh yeah, I pumped up the bluff and then that inscrutable thing.
no?
just-
Did you like get skill focus and stuff or skill focus?
No, I didn't care that much about it.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I bet Inquisitors get a bonus to it too.
Oh yeah, that's actually, you're right, actually.
Yeah, I don't get a bonus. I'm just a cleric.
Here's bluff. Stefanos, to you, I'd just go, home.
Is that a bluff or is that just true?
That's a bluff.
Okay.
I ain't going to Damascus.
Can I even beat? I can technically beat that. Okay.
I'm going
No.
close to Damascus. I'm going to Africa, but yeah.
Well, you're lying, nigga.
No, I gotta get my character. Give me a sec.
This is why you take 10s, Chris.
Yeah, Chris is doing it. No, Joe, I believe the correct term is sand nigger.
Actually, no, 10 wouldn't have worked for that, would it?
God damn it.
That's Nathan said that. Yeah, 10 wouldn't have gotten him it.
Hold on,
Pretty
I almost got my
straightforward.
character sheet open. I'll tell you how much I can really not be able to tell because
Maybe you'll roll a
Okay.
20.
even with a 20, I don't think I can. Let's find out. Yeah, even.
I have to leave the group for you guys to care about my bluffs.
See, I could have done it if I had more.
I don't really care, but Chris, you lied to me, so
did.
you know.
So get out.
That means it's that private.
Yeah, why would you lie to the Paladin?
Chris has always been an upstanding citizen of the highest moral fiber. He would never lie.
That's that's right.
I just nod at you, Chris.
And tell you, Zach. I'd think for a moment. And I'd say no idea.
Sounds believable.
And say, but you guys were gone for 2.5 weeks and this place didn't burn down.
Oh shit, I thought we were only gone for.
We were gone for a while.
I thought we were only supposed to.
You were supposed to be
I
gone
guess
for a
that's
week.
what we were supposed to.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
And,
and then I'm gonna remember something. I'm gonna say, oh, that's right, the knighting thing. I could skip that.
Given
So did you meet our good friend Giz something?
Say our good old goblin friend.
So yes, I met Giz. Just kind of scratching my temple. I look up to the side and say, I actually was kind of happy to forget about that.
I was actually
Anytime.
glad I found him. Spared him.
I'd say I'm not glad anybody found him.
I'd point to Joe and Stefanos and say they wanted to murder him, but
I didn't want to murder him. What?
didn't you?
No, that wasn't me.
No, Joe wanted to send him off in a direction. You guys wanted to keep him.
Oh, that's right. Redacted statement. Say. Getting wood all over me.
What would you say, Zach? Then Joe wanted to kill him. The Paladin
No.
wanted to kill it.
Like I said, that was redacted because.
I know. So what are you saying?
Just what I said before that.
Oh, tried to send him off.
No, just what he was said before saying that statement. Just ignore that whole thing.
I don't know
He's
what
not
that
following.
was.
It wasn't really anything.
Okay. I'd say, I'd look at you guys and say, actually no, I'd just look at you, Zach, and say,
Because I have the worst sense motive, you dick.
I'd say, were you so sure he wouldn't be killed? Because he almost was when he got here.
I'd kind of give a half shrug and say, well, that's why we sent him with our names. Hopefully it wasn't too traumatizing. If I give a cock in my head and say, so what happened to him when he got here? Just out of curiosity.
Just kind of set my hand, or chin on my hand, and say, you didn't see him at the blacksmith?
Why would we stop at the blacksmith?
It's right on the way, so.
I mean, yeah, but why would we stop in?
It's right on the way, like you would see the blacksmith when you come up to
It's
the
like an
keep.
open area. It's not going into.
Oh, is it an open area?
Yeah, look down on the picture. It's right there. It's got like an awning so you can see inside to it as you're coming up.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's in the back.
I would just shake my head and say I didn't really pay cheat. Oh, you went down, little girl?
Say, well, he has a place here, sort of. Say, but I told... Fuck, what's the blacksmith's name, Nate?
Blacker Smithy.
Andre.
Falstead.
Falstead, gotcha. Say I told Falstead that I'd leave the decision as to where he'd stay and what he'd do up to you guys. I'd say, but you know, that was more than a week ago that I told him that. In motion and say, now you're here.
Just give a bit of a nod. Anybody else gonna say anything? Cause I'm a little short on words.
Well, Joe nodded at me 3 times, so I mean he's pretty much hit his quota.
I brought it up to Goblin.
What'd you say,
I continued
Stefanos?
the goblin.
I brought up the Goblin.
Yeah.
Well,
Lulu, you can't
I'll
have
let
the
you
chips.
guys do things because the thing I'm gonna do could end up being a while. So you know,
Does it involve me?
it might.
Okay.
He knows you're lying.
Well, it would be a sink of time, as I would have you show me things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
actually, well then
Thing
let me just I can just fucking help you out and say, I'd say, mind if I walk you guys around the settlement, see what's changed, see who's new?
Sounds good.
Sounds fine with me.
Does that
Thank
help?
you, but
Does that help,
Yep.
Joe?
a little bit.
Okay. Well,
We did it.
I'd basically show you guys around to the different people who showed up, different things that happened. Hopefully I know, like, at least 80% of everybody's names.
Hey, Gerald, it's good to see you again. I'm Gerald.
How's
Shut the
the
fuck up.
wife?
I never liked you, Gerald.
It's like, how's the wife? I heard you guys had a miscarriage. How terrible.
There would be a lot of people
I
knowing...
wished I could have been there.
There would be a lot of people knowing me and me knowing them. So...
Okay, well. You guys are showing them around, introducing them to the NPCs of note.
Note.
Mhm.
You named the goddamn town Note?
Oh my god, Zach. Of note, people of noteworthy
Oh, okay.
renown.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
Can you
it's
blame
called
me?
Begonia.
Zach, that was adorable.
Can you blame me?
Yes.
No. Correct answer is no, you can't.
As a player,
It sounded like you named the goddamn town Note.
as
No, it didn't.
a player, I named it that, but I'm a dirty towelhead, so you know. As a character, I haven't named it anything, so.
Well, as we are,
Well, his
you know,
name is Note now.
while we are meeting people and shit, I would ask you about the your thoughts on placement of things, because you mentioned that you were putting plans together. So I'd ask what you would have put forth at this point, or would be working towards that kind of shit.
I'd say I've got about 3 or 4 rough drafts on how to start. After that, yeah, I have 3 or 4 rough drafts drawn up in the Lord's chambers on where to start. But after that, will largely depend on how people feel about the starting. And I basically just motion to the area surrounding the Bailey area and effectively say what we have planned. Do you want to know what I actually have planned?
I say
Go for it.
Oh, okay. I think it's just on that one Google Doc, so let me Oh, take a look at it.
Took my toy. Bark, 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 bark.
Okay. Well, immediately near the villa, not inside. Wait. No, actually, yeah. Actually, no, that's actually all I have put down here. Fucking hell. Yeah, well, I'd say that, basically, we want the smithy to stay the same, and this little textile place to still be textiles. But I'd want this to effectively be a bunkhouse in case we have, let's say, a lord guy come over and he's got a large retinue.
I think that's what the residential's for, isn't
That
it?
would be an inn. This would be a place where they could stay at no cost. It's like it'd be something like an extension of the castle, because we do not have enough rooms in the castle for, 50 people. But in this, we could feasibly do that. That place is two stories and an attic. The inn would be the place where people can pay to stay when visiting. And this would be, yeah, I'd also emphasize that this would be since this would be probably the first inn, it'd likely be the one that more people know about, and since it's inside, wall and water, it would also be the safest one. So, say cost would vary on ones we may put outside. But yes, this would ideally be a bunkhouse. But then I'd also tell you guys that you can feel free to do whatever you like if I'm not here. I just tried to give us a little head start, but didn't want to make any decisions without you all here.
No, that's it. Busy.
Aside from outside the Bailey, fuck, I'm not 100% sure myself, because I'm positioning it like Camelot's that way.
Oh, yeah, outside the Bailey, we can work that out. It's the inside that matters the most, because the outside is effectively the worst thing we're going to get from that is saying people, look, we need this plot of land that you built on, so we're going to help you relocate. That's going to be the hard part.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I talked to enough people to explain that there's a possibility that something like that could happen. So please try not to get too ground in. That's probably why there's tents, actually.
I would ask you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Say you said you've got trusted men.
Pause, and I'd say capable men. Let me think. And say I really only need them to be capable if it comes to architecture. And say in what ways would they need to be, or what would we need to trust them with? Or yeah, what do you think we need to trust them with?
You were talking about your cohort before, right?
Oh!
Because that's what I'm talking about, your cohorts.
Yeah,
My bad.
You kind of called them trusted men.
Yeah.
Look, I don't remember what I say. Say yes. And I'd go around Camelot introducing you to the ones who are here. Which 3 are here. 4 counting my cohort. Yeah, followers. I'm trying to find.
Take leadership and then just change characters. Like,
Shut
fuck
up.
you, let's do it here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Look,
Work it
they're not at your beck and call now. Suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Class, thought, and math. Oh God, thought is here. Great. Oh no, that's math. Math's a gnomish woman. She likes to tinker with stuff.
There you go.
Tinker
Class,
with what?
Your dick.
technology.
No, you did.
We don't have anything super advanced because Camelot, but
Yeah, in like game terms, what does she do though?
she has basically craft. She has lots of she has a healthy amount of engineering knowledge and craft mechanical. So if ever
Okay.
she needs question about, say, fucking the only thing I can think of is like siege weapons.
But I've got a lot of engineering.
but she might also be able to help with making process of things like doors, you know, something simple like that, or yeah, just, you know, anything mechanical that needs to be made. She could be taken up on that. One's a guy. His name's Glass. He's good at stuff. And I tell you about the two people I have in
That's
Camelot.
nice and descriptive.
Look.
He's
I was
good at
like,
stuff.
how many of these people are women? And it looks like there's only 2 of them that are women. I had, yep, the other one's a half woman, half half elf.
She's mid transition.
She's half. I'm just gonna type quick, just little things for you guys, so you just be like,
Can her
that's
name be
there.
Caitlin?
No.
No, it's Bruce.
Half elf woman who's knowledgeable on things I'm not, and she also has a bit of a psych. She's a bit tapped into the occult, so she's able to see.
Is it your cohort?
No, that's one of my followers. And the other guys are in Camelot. So, yeah.
Well, just nod at that. It's like, okay. People.
But yeah, and I'd explain my cohort Ilia is.
She magic. She craft things.
Yeah, I'd say that she's very good at creating magical items, but I'd say her ultimate goal is to learn as much as possible about magic. So
I'd just kind of look at the fact we have 3 magic people and say,
Yeah, everyone's fucking getting in on my shit.
Yeah! Fucking, I forgot to ask. I'd say, who's this? To a Tark.
oh,
This distinguished gentleman.
This guy's gonna
Yeah.
think I'm like the most put together in the group.
He's
Just
gonna
look at how he
straight
was
up-
introduced to me.
Yep, and you're leaving.
Yeah!
Yeah, he's just gonna straighten up his collar. I have interest in the dragon. Tarka, offer you a hand.
Sorry, Joe. He stuttered. Interest in the dragon, what? Sense motive.
That's exactly what he has. He has interest in the dragon.
Yes. Could you elaborate a tiny bit, Joe?
No, Chris, because this guy doesn't have a backstory. He's a cohort, so I can have a wizard.
Interest sexual? Interest...
He's
Scientific.
a cohort, so I can have a dragon.
Scientific, Chris.
Is it scientific?
It
Yeah.
can be scientific.
Educational?
There should be a rouse.
He said his name's Atarka. Let's carry on.
Everyone's getting in my shit, getting wizard cohorts.
He's stonewalling me, Nate. He's stonewalling me.
Because it's completely irrelevant, Chris.
I just want to know if I could trust him.
Yes.
There you go.
Entire.
Shake his hand
There you go. You did it.
and tell him to call me 9.
There you go. You did it. Well, after we'd made the rounds and shit, I'd just go, alright. I have things to do then. I imagine you do as well. Packing and the like.
I'd nod and say, you guys didn't have any issues in London with that thing I sent your way, did you?
Just throw it up my hand like...
I'd
little
say
bit.
you're leaving. I'll be having words with Kay.
I'm gonna hold my hands like little bit. There might be martial law right now.
What?
What?
I'd say he
The
did.
boy-
I'd say he did what?
The boy turns to look at you, Stefanos, like, what?
I'm glad everyone's just like, what the fuck did we miss?
You never
Yeah,
told us what.
Yeah, you never asked on the way back. It's not good. People getting drug out of their homes. Nate, what is the thing the shopkeeper said the guards were doing to that one woman? I don't remember.
Certain things.
She looked kind of elven, so they were basically beating the shit out of her.
Yep, that. No one's allowed to leave the city legally. Lots of nasty stuff.
I'd ask, and who brought this on again?
The Duke, from what I was told.
Yep. It all
I'd
came with part and parcel with the Duke, quickly and very adamantly reasserting his power.
I'd smile. I'd actually kind of have a smile a little bit at that and go, ah, that makes sense then.
I just shake my head. Okay. He can rule them by fear, and he'll get really destruction.
And
I
just
don't think he's using fear. I think he's using power.
that's
Yeah.
very.
This guy is stronger. I am terrified of him and what he can do. That's what's going on.
It's it.
You
It's
don't, you don't need to be fucking kind and hug Care Bears, but you know, martial law and shit. That's a whole nother ball.
I'd say as long as Vex didn't cause you guys any trouble.
Morgan would actually have words. You mean the Berserker?
I mean,
That's a good
No.
way to put it.
No trouble.
I'd say good. I'd say if you ever meet that again, never regard him as a person. He's just a weapon.
I'm just gonna look kind of confused.
Eyebrow.
Like, what would you say? Why would you say that?
I'd say it doesn't really care about anything.
Fighting. He seemed to care a lot about fighting.
I'd say he just wants to become stronger. That's it.
Boy would have words, as he would say. Captain Aethelwolf always told him that strength without purpose was pointless. If one had power, they should put it to good use, helping those without.
nod, say, or people that would just help themselves.
I'd say it's also incredibly boring if you have nothing you want to do with it.
Chris knows what's what. Well, I step forward, I'd offer you a scaly dragon hand.
I'd offer you a normal humanoid hand.
Skinwalker. Yeah.
It's yeah.
Just,
Well, I just
no words.
yeah, I'd just say that I'll be leaving tomorrow morning.
Give you my 4th nod.
Shit, you were overloaded today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Over the quota.
Let's see. Keep in touch if you're to return. However you feel necessary to.
I'd nod and say I should be keeping regularly in touch with some of my people. So I'd say I'll try and fit you guys in there.
I was not in character, but you keep in touch with them and not us, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you guys collectively.
I know, I get it. You're controlling them,
Yep.
but that's why I didn't say it in character.
Yep.
It's just kind of just a thing. Like, wait a minute, you dick.
There you go. There's my followers.
You did it.
Okay.
You forgot about Mrs. Cohort.
I don't think I need to put her in there.
Yeah, we know about her. She magic items.
Look, she has a personality. I just don't think Nate's decided on it yet.
There you go.
What, did you have Nate decide on it?
No, I wrote out a little bit of it just as a point to start off at, but otherwise, I don't mind.
I'd actually look to you, Chris, because I just thought of something.
Mhm.
You know, during our handshake, and I just think about it. Fuck. There's a note around here relevant. Where did you go?
Oh, did you mention the one guy does psychic shit, Chris?
Yes, I did. She does. I said she's tapped into the occult, so there are times when she can see certain things. That's the fluff I gave you, basically telling you she's psychic.
She is psychic.
Is she in town right now?
Yes, I would have introduced you to her earlier.
I'm gonna give her that key. Because I don't know that there was a fucking lion door in the castle, but...
Which key?
Ooh, there it is.
The ivory key back way when we fought the fucking Arcanist, it said, he holds the lion's tooth, shall open the door.
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
Light.
And I wasn't there for the fucking lion door in the castle, so I don't know anything about that.
Actually, scratch that, Chris. It's not relevant.
Okay, can I ask what it was about, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna be like, you got anyone that can, make some words with the elves in the west on Iberia? But that's a long ass trip, and that's way too much time for our projected D&D time we have left.
Well,
I may try and touch on that, but I might just make words through your cohorts, through your character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure how, proud she is of her blood, so, maybe she'd help. So, yeah, you can go for it.
Because that's a thought. It's like, oh, well, if we have an elf that could, kind of open the gateway for that,
Yeah.
probably get something going.
Pretty sure she's full blood. But yeah,
I mean,
shaking.
honestly, the quickest way is, like, me getting teleport and saying, we're there.
Who else wants to shake my hand or hug me? I like hugs. Oh no, she's half elf. My bad.
I will give you
Yeah,
a handshake and say best of luck to you, comrade.
For the motherland.
Oh, the motherland. Oh, teleport's personal only. Oh well. Wait, no, never mind. It's not. You can teleport other people.
Oh. Okay, I do have planned out things. One of the first things I want us to get is a windmill.
Good idea.
Yay, windmills. Yeah, I'll give you a handshake too.
Yeah.
Gotta crouch down.
I'd lower my hand to your level.
Oh, is that some kind of black joke?
Black
Okay.
cat joke.
I accept.
Yep. I would, I guess I'd then depart from you guys and actually keep going around town just talking to people.
Well,
Basically explaining I'll be Now, telling them that they're back now, you can trust them with your situations, telling them who to trust with what.
Me with everything.
Keep telling yourself that, Stefanos.
I will.
All things educational. You can talk to Ilya if she ever comes outside, or Catman.
Who is it, Ilya?
My cohort.
The one under him. The eyes over there. The fuck me eyes.
She likes it when you pull the ears.
They look more like I might let you fuck me eyes.
Ooh, that's even better.
It's fighting her.
Yeah. I'd be going around town for a few hours just talking to people, telling them that now that you guys are back, they should have a handle on the situation, and I'll be departing tomorrow morning. Yep. Kay can fuck off. I don't need to talk to him. I already told him I'm leaving.
There you go.
And then I get murdered on the road like Zach when he left the one campaign.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, which
Don't worry
campaign
about
did I
it.
get?
Back in Bewid, the old Bewid.
You're like, I'm gonna leave, and dead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Killed by raiders. It's like, Jesus!
Oh wait, hold on. Are we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about the monk.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot about him.
Well, I can, I'd say this, at this point, I would, make my way back to Casaru, and I'd make my way to the Lord of Chamaru. I got Chris's plans to look over.
Yeah, I would tell you guys
some letters to write.
I would have told you guys that I did have Ilya I did kind of give her the Lord's bedchamber as a place to be. Say I'd like her to be there because she's most comfortable there, but it's gonna ultimately be up to you guys whether she has to move, and I did tell her to be agreeable in that regard.
I mean, she could always go to the wizard cave.
Yeah, she doesn't like dark, cramped places.
Who says it's dark?
She doesn't
cramped.
like cramped, dank, musty places.
You said, whoa, dank and musty. Excuse me. That
Well,
place is magically clean.
I've got a pretty big quarters, so.
But yeah,
I will be magically expanding that, Chris. It's going to be the biggest room,
All
but I
right.
can go infinitely into the ground.
Yeah,
There
just so you know why. I guess you'd also see a permanent like bedroll in the fucking Lord's office.
Oh, hers?
No, mine. I sleep in the office. She sleeps in the giant nice bed because I only sleep for 2 hours.
Where's the office?
It's up from
Where it says Chris office.
Yeah, if you go over.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta erase that stuff, guys.
Chris was stuff.
Gone.
Chris stuff.
Not the Chris floor. Not the Chris office.
Not the Chris room.
I'll make that cohort room for now.
Oh man, but Chris, look, I got nice quarters. They're pretty big. They're the same size.
Well, anyways, yeah, like I said, I'd make my way into the castle. I'm heading to the lounge off place, the upper fucking lord's chambers, and yeah, shit. I will direct Tarka to one of the rooms that he could be in. Get one of the guest rooms, I guess. Pick a guest room. Did it.
Oh yeah, Zach's just in a guest room.
Yeah, that's a nice room. I don't need a big ass room. I just got a nice.
Because this guy's claiming the office.
Until your church gets built.
Yeah. Then the top of the church.
That I'll claim the. I don't know.
Door that can only be entered by flying up to it.
Claim the bath, Zach.
So only you and me, Joe?
Pretty much. And
Nah, Chris, I'm gonna clean the dungeons and the bath. That way you can get dirty and clean.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Well-
You're making the church only flying up to it. How are your
No, his office.
My quarters.
Okay.
But that
So
means
when
that
I don't,
as far as a power play goes, you'll always have to go to meet them. They won't come to meet you.
Mhm.
Unless you have a staircase that can only be descended from within the office.
They'll have an
Ooh!
Or only be put down in the office, yeah.
that'd be something.
Yeah. I got a
But,
I got a fucking person who can help you with that.
You do. Maybe we'll
Or
look
or
into
you
that.
make them come to just below it, and then you just glide down to them and you land and you like descending from above, and then you just look at them and go, "Do not waste my time."
I mean, except for
Church
that
is
part,
in
that's
session.
pretty much what I was looking at. The thing. I would be in the office, and I would petition lady if she could assist me with something. Involves magic. Gotta get that out of the way.
Oh, I see. No one goes to me anymore.
I was
Everyone
gonna go to you,
fucking stage me.
Stefanos.
Look,
I mean,
you
we already
got-
have these plans.
You got a fucking laundry list of things you want to make. You just do your thing, man.
You said you having cohort lady help you with magical stuff?
Yeah. Making an item.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let me bring
I
my
thought-
item list.
I mean,
I thought
We
Stefanos was
are
gonna
gonna-
have
we
fun
are.
with spell books time first, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, I beat him to it. It's all good.
You were going to do the map shit. What? For the plans.
No,
Yeah,
he
she's
just-
in the same area.
She is.
I
Alright.
mean, I can do that and say, a moment. If you could.
Well, yeah. Let me have a look
Yeah,
at that.
It'd just be something
Oh.
like that.
What can I help you with, me lad?
Chris,
Because
can
I
you
can
exact
I
for your
can
character?
supply the lesser rest. That part is.
You don't. You're not gonna need to. You
If
can
it
ignore spell DC pretty easily.
probably if it's
If she needs it, I can. So
Mm-hmm. It's a, yep, wondrous item. 7.
Chris, if you want me to voice your cohort, I can. I'll just voice her like Ross.
Nope.
it's caster level 9. No one cares, Joe. Joe, no one needs you to supply that.
So yeah, with the
This is a really paladin item. I mean, this is really holy. I don't know how much I can make that. You might want to go to a church to make that.
It may as well look really good on you. I mean, you go well with
So-
your eyes.
I mean, time is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It can be done in, actually, 25% less time. 6 days.
Wait, 6 days?
Isn't it, like, is it days per, 1,000 gold?
Days, yeah, days per 1,000 gold.
Oh, no, you're right. The time is as calculated by the actual cost, not the crafting cost. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Nope, my bad. So 16 days reduced by a quarter is 12 days. And 7,800 gold. So, yep.
Yep.
That's your
don't worry. That gold is gone. My gold is gone.
You had 7,800 gold?
I do have gold on Stefanos. I know I gave him stuff to hold.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Like
threw in my sack. You kept it on your sheet.
Yep.
Alright. I'll just type it out so you know.
Yeah, and Zach, you'd have your money back too.
How much did I give you?
It should still be on your sheet. I don't know.
Okay, I thought so.
Ah,
I
no.
thought I had all of it
I
in
did
there.
the math. I am short.
Ooh.
That's okay.
She could loan.
She's the one who wants money. And everybody wants money. But I don't think she could loan him.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
She wants money. She doesn't get money from this.
Nope. But she works for
I-
me.
Yep. I will get it another time.
Okay.
I would just be like, is this something you could make?
She absolutely can.
There we go.
Stefanos, I would commission you.
Ooh.
Ah.
I would
Yes.
approach you and say, "You're good at making those little magic item things, right?"
Yes.
Tap my chin. Would you have any problem if I gave you a little list of that I would be looking for? Haven't found them any. At least worth the price. Was hoping you might be able to.
What are you looking for? And I already know what you're looking for.
Yep, everything but the last one because I don't have enough to get that made. The
Oh, you-
goggles, yeah.
You don't want the... Oh, right, the goggles. But you want the amulet, ring, and belt?
Yeah.
Uh,
And again, the little thing to them is we're gonna make them
yeah, for fighters
fighter.
only.
Yeah, fighter only.
Yep. I can do that as long as we don't get upended again.
I give you a nod and a smile and say, "While you're doing that, if it'd be any help, any tasks that come your way, so you can work on that. I could always go and weigh my own interest on to see if I can do them for you. Just a way of thank you.
Sounds good. Unfortunately, the stuff I'm busy, or I need to catch up on is... Wave my hands. Magic-y.
I'll give a shrug and say no real time constraint to it, just I think they'd be nice to have.
Yep, I can do that one. I'll start working on one of them right after I finish this thing. Wave the headband that's not finished yet.
Give you a smile and a nod, and I'll say if you need anything. Kind of wander around, get to know everyone. Take a nap first, actually. That I will head to my quarters to take a nap.
It beats the dirt naps you've been taking.
Sick motherfucker.
And since
Lulu, where'd you go?
the inquiring with my cohort is done, you can do spellbook things, Stefanos.
Yay. Joe, since your cohort has his self-proclaimed
Hey,
no
little girl.
personality, does he let me use his book now or no?
One. Pets. I'm gonna give you pet.
Okay, Joe said.
I think typing is happening
That's me.
betwixt.
Does she do keep watch things at night, or does she just go to bed?
She goes to bed.
Okay.
I mean, she has like the world's greatest bed, so.
Yeah.
Excuse
well.
me. Mine will be
I
magically
mean,
soft,
There's room for more.
She
just
has
like
she
just
has,
like the cereal.
She-
Except it's delicious and not soft.
she has the settlement's greatest bed. That's a fact.
I'm working on it.
I don't know if she has that. Fucking hell. No, she doesn't. That's why I have little dashes. Okay, there you go.
Sorry, I was making a checklist of things I need to do now. Yeah, you'd let you use spellbook, yeah.
There you go, Chris.
Oh god. Alright.
Don't worry about the dashes. That just denotes to me which spellbooks which are in.
Yeah. I can't remember. What is it that if we take a whole day copying spells, we can do up to how many?
Fuck, I think it was 8.
4 levels, isn't it?
No, that's there's 2 different rules for it. There's the one where 1 spell level per hour, and there's the one that is per day you can do X, which I guess would help you if they're higher level spells.
Probably implying that you do it just, you take 8 hours to do that.
I love the
I
gorillas.
think it was under the downtime page, right?
Somewhere like that. But yeah. It'll also probably take my one guy like a couple days to get here. So, yeah. Time to copy spells and or do downtime XP.
Damn it, where is... I really want to know which page this goes on.
Oh, Nate.
Yes.
Vex is gonna get out of the city by trying to go out the gate, then just fucking thinking it's funny that they're blocking everything, then just flying up to some roofs and just flying out past everybody.
Good luck with that.
He goes up very high.
There might be magic above the city to stop that.
I sincerely doubt they put a barrier over the ceiling of the city. That's way too much.
Chris, I'm gonna send you a link. This is how I imagine X right now.
That would just be ridiculously unnecessary.
I may have talked to someone and that might be a thing.
I don't know. Is that a thing, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Neat. So does he slam into some shit, or is there a fucking save he gets to roll?
Merlin put it up, Chris.
Why?
Something
There's
about
no
wars
reason.
and dragons or something. I forget.
Oh, it's a thing he left behind.
Yeah, but it's still there.
Wow, they're really fucking afraid.
Yeah, he would need to roll a save.
Neat. Well, I guess I'll just be doing that.
I found it, Chris.
be a reflex save.
Okay. Sorry, it might take him 3 days to get there.
Yep, it was an arcane defense that was put in place to protect the city against particularly dragons, but really anything that can fly over the walls.
So how you guys?
You know, just saying, in a fantasy setting, high walls, good, won't stop everything. He made a thing that. Yep, Vex would notice that upon reaching a certain height, small luminescent spheres would begin to appear and start firing lightning at him, but he would be able to eventually avoid them all and get out of the city.
Oh awesome. God! Holy shit, man!
You're badass, Chris.
I also love that he
I
can.
like how you just kept denying it. It's like,
because it didn't make any sense.
He'd get a little singed.
Well, what you do?
But no damage that wouldn't heal in the time it would take him to the settlement.
Okay. I also love that this propel thing can be used to just move faster too. So, you know, it's like...
Oh, Chris, your cohort speaks Aklo, right?
Yes. God damn it, I still didn't decide all the languages. I hate fucking everything.
One up here?
Everything
here,
below
little
the
girl.
dashes is in the evil wizardess's arcanist, whatever the fuck, spell book. You can just have that one.
Oh, are you not able to get it because you don't get the language?
No, I copied them all. I copied everything here into my blessed book.
Okay.
The other one I'm keeping for reasons, but that one, fuck it, I don't want it. You can keep it.
Okay, I'll worry about
Consider
that.
them,
Yeah, I'll worry about
consider
that
them.
Another time.
quote, copied.
Okay. Well, yeah. So what are you guys all doing? Zach's napping. Joe's doing.
I gave an order.
Manager.
Now I'm
Give
napping.
me your ring of sustenance
You
so
can't-
I can be.
No, Zach, you made a request. You didn't.
No, I
give-
made like an
Oh,
order.
and okay. Well,
Like you named the town. No.
I'm sorry, Zach. I did misinterpret that. My bad. All right. Well,
How dare you?
I was getting an order from Zach. I'll probably talk to your cohort and figure out spell things. I'll probably just borrow her spell book at night because she's not using it then.
sounds like the day's over.
I'm just gonna do it for a few nights with Keep Watch and say, okay, let's just hammer this out since you're gonna be busy the rest of the time and you probably want it.
If we're skipping day 1, then day 2, I'm gonna make my rounds around the town.
Well,
Kinda.
if you do that for the remainder of this day, because it's still relatively early.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Cool.
Yeah, how late in the day is Ignite?
It's early in the day.
Yeah. I mean, walking you guys around to show you all the stuff would have taken a few hours, so it's almost 11.
AM?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, there's still a lot of time.
Can I take 8 hours to do training to catch up on XP?
If you do, you can't take 8 more hours to copy spells. I'm almost positive you can't do 2 different downtime things.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because downtime is presumed you're spending the entire day's worth of time to do this. All the other time spent in the day would be like eating, sleeping, stuff like that.
Watching Netflix, you know, normal shit.
Chilling while watching Netflix even.
Actually, I don't think I'd need like 2 days to do every single thing you got.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1 day to do them they really care about.
What are you doing, Lou? Want something to bite on? Here. Here's your rope.
You have mount. I want mount.
You have mouth.
This is good.
Also, gaseous form, Stefanos.
Yeah.
That's a cool fucking spell.
It is. It could be useful.
Mm-hmm. And now you didn't have to waste any class stuff on it.
3-hour nap, then I'm gonna make rounds around the town.
Yeah, fuck it.
Familiarizing with faces and making my face no.
Okay.
I'll be the guy with the scurry mask. Don't be scared.
Mask of Scurriness isn't on right now.
I know.
It can be.
But you showed him.
It should be on. What are you? I'm the Grim Sleeper. I just woke up from my nap.
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, all right. So, Zach's doing that. He's doing stuff.
Yeah, I think I'll do the XP today. Joe, what's your XP at? Damn it, Joe.
Well, second day. I'm gonna take Lulu out real quick. Second day, I'm gonna do a downtime of like, or not, or training. In the meantime, let's go outside, little Lulu. Peeps.
Okay.
I think.
Joe just like it and roll 20, by the way, Stefanos.
Ah, there we go. No, he just barely hit level whatever the fuck.
8? Is that the number
Yeah,
you were
no.
looking for?
Yeah. It's a hard number. It's all
Yeah,
even.
level whatever the fuck. Anyway, okay.
He's so much health.
Do you just want to tell us how many days of downtime, or is it just going to be depending on what we do?
Well, the
Kinda
second
depends on what
day,
you do.
Joe is probably
Right.
going to see Kay, or he actually might be going to see Kay in the first day. But you know, we don't know that.
Joe making words at Shannon or something?
No idea.
Oh no, I'm actually making words at. But again, things I may want to do could take more time, so letting other people do stuff they want to get out of the way.
Well, Stefanos is doing downtime experience in the first day, and Zach is making his face known in the first day. Would you be doing K
Yeah.
stuff today or tomorrow?
I'd probably do that today.
There you go. And it's
Right now, I
a
am
little
in
later.
catch-up downtime mode, so I can do that like instantly as a player.
Yep, and you're up to bat, Joe.
Shit, I'm out of rations. Need to get more food. And Chris, I would find Mr. Psychic.
And do that thing.
Yeah, give him the ivory key and
Okay.
ask if he can tell me anything about it.
Alright. Revisit a praise of 9.
I'll give him 2 if it helps. I don't know if I can help with that.
He can only do it once a day.
Yeah, but 8 others. Like, I would give him a +2. One moment, phone. Never mind. It's no longer a thing. I hung up.
How are you giving a +2? Just 8 another?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, if I can.
I never even thought about that. Let me see if you can.
It doesn't say you can, so.
You're right, it does not. It does say you can't take a 10, but that's different, so. Ugh, I wasn't able to get my dwarfen follower. I'll just bring him back with me when I come back from my trip.
Follower who you would abandon.
No, he'd be coming back with me, so I would have bonded with him more than, like, anybody in this party.
Oh.
Yeah, anybody. Like,
Racist.
anybody. And he'd just be my fucking soldier spy. There he is. A praise of 6. Okay.
Oh, you guys only got a 6? Ow.
Yep.
Damn, I should be psychic. I go to 12
Yeah.
with 1 rank. Thank you, Raven. Can I? No, we can't double up on 8 another, can we? If we can double up, my Raven could help too.
There you go. Those are the numbers, Nate. Oh, he could actually. Yeah. If he hits 25, he learns 2 things.
It's possible.
Yep. Did you wanna? Oh, yeah. Did you want us to get that out of the way first, Joe?
Get what out of the way?
Stefanos wants my follower to do psychic
Go
things
ahead.
with his key. Alright. There you
Go
go,
ahead.
Nate. Hey, let me... I forget the gender. Okay, no, that's a woman. That's a woman.
Flame intensifies.
Thought as a woman.
No, try as she might, she gets nothing from the key.
Damn. She's bad. Fire that bitch.
That's what I'm thinking. I fire her.
With fire?
That's later.
She can definitely try again, Stefanos. Tomorrow.
Yep. Well, it might be too important. Like that scroll that was impossibly hard. So, I don't know. I'll try probably 2 more times later, and if not, then I'll just resort to other means.
Sounds like Joe things.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Gonna have to happen eventually.
Okay. So the Joe, you are departing for the Camelot.
Yep. And first thing, actually, before I go there, I look for Rowan.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't show up.
You would find him. Actually, he'd be. You'd see him actually returning to the castle from the woodland area with two hunters.
Ooh.
You have a big old deer over one of them's shoulders. He appears to be laughing with them and making jokes.
Don't spoil the mood, Joe. Don't spoil
The boy. I would have offered him. I would have told him that I'm heading to Camelot. I would prefer if he stayed within the walls of the Mountain Band while I do that.
He'd nod and he would say that something seemed to be bothering Morrigan, so maybe he'll see if he can cheer her up.
I'd nod and just say, "Good lad."
You would have noticed during the trek back, it seems like he developed something of a crush on her.
Ooh,
Good lad.
slap it all over that meat.
Gonna beat him there with Vex. I'm gonna do it.
Ooh,
That isn't a
challenge.
person.
I know. That's what's gonna make it complicated.
I thought half of Vex wasn't a person. Oh god, I misunderstood everything. Anyways, yeah, Rowan.
Okay, he would see you and he would kind of break off from the two hunters and he'd actually make his way over to you. With a wide smile, he says, "You've returned, Beldroth. See, you're
Hey.
back."
Give a nod and say all in one piece too.
He'd nod and say the congregation has grown somewhat since you departed.
Say I've noticed. The stay was a bit longer than I hoped. But in that's given them more time to accompany you with the faith. The smile.
He'd nod and he'd say it's been tough at times, but I've managed. Your confidence in the Lord's grace.
Shut the fuck up, Chris! Well,
Oh, Chris has said it. It's now canon.
it's now it was already canon, Stefanos. I've been working
No,
on
it's
this.
more. It's more canon because Chris said it.
We put a cannon in the cannon. Well,
so that you'll launch the cannon,
Yep.
and then it'll fire mid-flight.
Up.
That is hardcore.
I am. Yes. Look at him. I'd nod at that. Like, yep. All confidence. I wouldn't want to step on your toes, but if there might be a moment for me to speak with Flock, as the case may be in the future.
He would shake his head and just bow to you, and he'd say, you may have, he says, you gave me my position, but I am still yours to use. I serve you, my lord.
You hear that, Joe? You're the
My
Lord,
lord.
now.
I am
You
a
were
lord.
Jesus.
I have been a lord for
His name
Oh,
is
man,
pronounced Jesus.
Jesus.
Like, hey, Zeus.
Yes, gay
Lord.
Zeus.
And I'd say, unfortunately, a dull conversation with business in Camelot. But 9 has put plans together. While I'm there, I see to move some of them around, move them forward, try and get some supplies that we need.
He would nod.
So that's all, Rowan.
I'll pray for your safe journey.
And I pray you get a chance to relax. I assume he's been busy. And I will... Ooh, I get to do the lordly thing and send him on his way. I sent someone on their way, Nate. Ooh.
Away with you.
Joe's in the Lord
As-
Club now.
I am. Oh my
I
God.
am Lord.
I think the only thing I did was
I am Lord.
was say ready my horse.
Ready, my horse.
The one with the tusks. That's a
Oh,
walrus.
no.
That's a walrus. So.
Do I get to say that? Do I get to say that when I don't have a horse and they say, but sir,
Ready it.
That's the hazing ritual for the new guy, the new stable boy. Ready my horse. Is this your horse? No.
And then Stefanos just jumps on their shoulders. Go, stallion.
You are the horse. Kneel.
knee.
But yeah, from there I would get my own horse prepared. Unless there's a stable boy there, then by all means, he's got to.
You know, technically they're medium creatures, so I actually could.
What's technically a medium creature?
People.
Oh.
And I'm a small creature, so technically.
Look, finding a... God damn it. I was about to say good luck finding a saddle for that, and then I thought of those backpack baby slings.
God.
Except stick Stefanos in it, and he's just going mush as he's patting their shoulders.
Yes, Nate. This might have to happen. I mean, this is gonna happen on my fucking golem guy.
There you go.
Anyway.
Yeah.
There would be a stable boy, and he would...
Awesome.
do things.
Yep. No. If he's there. He can ready my horse. He's a good guy.
Yep.
That's the plan, Chris. Yeah. Congregation can happen outside. There's more room right now outside. So build up the inside, then work our way around.
Yep. Well, as horse would be ready, you would be able to the monotonous and boring trip to Camelot. Would you be bringing your not a person with you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got not a person's at home, and so's NPC baggage.
Okay, so they're both staying at the
They're both staying there. Yep.
understood.
Yep.
Okie doke.
I don't
Well.
know how stuff's gonna go with Kay. I don't really know what word's gonna make at him, but boy doesn't need to be there for that.
Understood. Well, the long, monotonous trip to Camelot is done. Arrive at its gates.
Lulu, stop it.
What sucks, Chris?
You would also see a familiar face
The trip there and back.
at the gates, actually.
Ooh, is it our guy? It's our guy.
You mean our boy, my boy?
As you'd see him dismounting his horse to, make his way through the gates. He would actually have you'd notice that one of his left arm is actually in a sling.
I can't mend bone. Can I mend bone, Nate?
I mean, healing.
Lay on hands is bullshit and fixes everything. It's bullshit.
Damn it, brown-haired Marth.
Yeah, but I want to hear that, Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I treat more broken bones. Actually, I don't know whether it was actually homebrew rules or not, but I actually found a thing where it was like broken bones, but it basically applied them as stat damage.
Oh, interesting. Don't need that. Makes sense though.
Fix his stat damage, Joe.
Also, yeah, he can magic. Well, I'm gonna approach him.
Where it's like it's not lethal hit point damage when you break something, but it does impede your ability to do like
Anything?
yeah. So the you broke an arm, that's like dex damage and shit like that. Stuff, I'd have to find this stupid page again. But yeah, you'd see him at the gate, and he doesn't appear he notices you right away. Guess he'd be a little bit ahead of you.
Well, I would give. Oh fuck! I know I had his name down. Let's see. Don't tell me. Tell me. It is not there. Wait, no, Anthony. Ha!
Say it's quite literally the first name in your journal, bro.
I was looking down at Missed People and Knights of the Round. Like I skipped the first row.
Gotcha.
Well, I'd say Anthony.
He'd turn and he'd smile and he'd say, "Sir Beldroth."
Not a
Kinda
sir yet.
And all but Nate.
He's got this.
He holds his hand out to shake yours.
I would accept it, and I'd kind of bring him into a sort of an embrace thing, and then I'd put my other hand on his shoulder and heal. Yeah, you didn't have a fucking sling, asshole.
Well, all right, and you're healing.
Bam.
Okay. Well, as your healing energy washes through him, he paused, kind of rolls his shoulder for a moment, smile, take his arm out of his sling. And he'd start kind of unwrapping the bandage, to which you would see a deep gash in the forearm, which is now a scar. Kind of a reddish pink scar.
I'd just say I didn't do that. That's good. I mean, it's effectively me healing him without going, "Can I heal you?" I'm just like, "Hey, what's up?" Boom.
He'd look at you, Joe, and he'd just smile and he'd say, "Thanks." Certainly speeds things right along.
I nod and say, "You need to be in top condition."
I'd say I prefer to be that way. I'd say, do you have a task for me?
I'd shake my head. Just greeting a friend.
Oh gosh.
He'd nod.
And then I'd look up to the castle and I'd say, "And on my way to meet Well, I guess the bosses, so to speak.
He'd smile and he'd say, "Well, then, perhaps I'll join you." He says, "I'm on my way. I'm on my way back to report to Gawain myself."
Oh man, Joe, you're gonna expose the dark underside of Camelot.
So I'd say, was a hamlet some ways away from here. Apparently was having issues with a griffin.
I need it.
Left me with a present as he, holds up the arm. Just got done healing.
Well, ask, was it dealt with?
He'd nod. Yeah. Say I'm not sure which was harder, fighting the darn thing, or making the climb to reach its darned cave.
Did you save any eggs for me?
That's pretty much what I've gathered, Chris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, like, solid move on his end. I don't fucking disagree. Like, I disagree with his method. The result, I really can't complain about it.
I don't know. He kind of put the guild of ridiculously overpowered compared to everyone else guild on his bad list. So that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, but I put them on our good list.
Yours, but not Camelot's.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be a bridge for that.
Oh, you heard it here, folks.
Well,
Yep.
Christmas can. Chris said it. Well, say we dealt with. Say we worked alongside the Heroes Guild and Knight and Bridge. Noel's hobgoblins. Or Noel was leading hobgoblins and dealt with.
Sounds fun.
I'd shake my head.
He'd smile sympathetically.
And say, an all new magic. You had a Wyvaran that is. As far as I could tell, none of the spells worked except the one that clouded my vision. Rather obscured the field.
Yeah. This is fortunately I haven't tangled with anything that could enchant and ensource me yet. Hopefully my willpower will be up to bat when time comes. Or up to par.
I'd just say stand strong, have faith in yourself and your cause. You'll persevere.
Nod and say, "Well, I suppose it's good to know that I'm not the only one being sent off to go fight things." Say, though I suppose it's better than the my first couple days of service.
I'd have a look
Patrolling.
like. Oh.
Shrug, and he'd just say,
I'm back.
patrolling the city wasn't exactly what I had. But I lived to serve, so he'd shrug. Or he says, I came here to serve, so.
Let's say you're just patrolling or slaying monsters and other evils out in the countryside. We need to be seen. When we're seen, the people know that Camelot's looking at
He'd
more
nod.
than ever.
He would sigh though, and he'd say, "Though I'd have," he says, say, probably the thing I regret the most is I haven't much chance to see my wife."
Oh right, he got married and shipped off.
I'd ask, is she within the city?
Will be by the end of the week. Father apparently bought her a small mansion within the wall. Is sending her to it.
That man is fucking loaded. We should get on his good side.
I think we already are. We already did
Get
that with the
Gooder on
first
his good
quest.
side. We should get on his adopted son-in-law good side.
That's good. I'd say a kind man, given the first impression I was given.
He'd laugh and say, "Yes, my father is rather somewhat abrasive man, but he is kind, and he does look out for those he cares. He does look out for those he cares about."
There you go, Chris. I just didn't want to put in so many words. Well, Nate, I'd let that trail from there as I don't have him.
Yep.
At this point, I'd just be looking around, looking at the people in the city as we go by.
Yep. He'd be continuing with small talk and the like.
That sounds good.
As you guys would make your way to the castle.
We did it.
And upon reaching it, you'd go through the regular routine of gaining entry and be led inside.
Yes.
Would you be actually going with him to the actual rounds chamber, or would you be looking for Sir Kay?
I'd ask someone if they knew where Sir Kay was.
They would say that he should be in his. Though apparently the round is meeting in about an hour or so.
Well, looks like I gotta go pay a visit to Kay personally. Yay.
Joe, those are the visits where you get, like, at least semi-solid answers.
I know.
It's the best. It's the best.
That's what I want. I mean, no matter what, he's not going to be able to justify this to me. Like, things. He will. He'll make the words, but...
By private audience, you mean you and your other guy?
No other guy.
Oh, you left your cohort out?
Yeah. It is me and him.
No. At the very least, he doesn't have to make up excuses to sidetrack Gawain.
That's pretty much it. I mean, good chance he'll give it to me straight, and he's just like, take it as you will. But I want answers.
Can you met the guildmaster? And who the guildmaster is?
He'll figure it out. He already figured it out. But yeah, that's where I'm going, Nate. Gonna pay a visit.
Okay. Well, you would be as you would make your way to his study. You would find the door open and him inside.
I would knock on the door.
It's a trap.
He'd kind of look up and say, Beldroth. And he says, good to see you absent your chains. Suppose all was well in suppose all went well in London then.
I've lost my chains, but London has appeared to gain some of its own. And I'd shut the door as I go in.
Oh.
Yep. He'd kind of cock an eyebrow, but nod.
God damn it, I have to fucking do the game. Alright, Nate. It's my sense motive. What's the eyebrow cocking?
Are you fucking sense motive on that eyebrow? It means something.
Yeah.
You get the impression he's actually he's somewhat amused that you're being as forward with this confrontation.
God damn it. And he's like, I'm not even gonna hide it. You could roll a 1 with a 0 to your fucking thing and you'd still know it.
This guy, it's kind of just like oh, all right. Man, he's being pretty straight with this. It's kind of funny.
I'd say, what? God damn it, Chris. So not enough forward. There is only forward. If I look back, I am lost. Well, does it appear like he has words to follow that look, or is he waiting for me to make the next set of steps?
He seems to be waiting on you to continue your shebang.
Let's say, I am free. Thanks in part to you, Sir Commander Aetherwolf, and others. I'd look and say many people died. One by my companion's hands, at your word.
Nod.
Are the knights so powerless that they need to resort to such methods?
He'd look at you for a moment. And he seems to think. And he says, power is a funny thing. I say, the Knights of the Round held it indisputably. In fact, Camelot has held all the power in England for the time of Uther. Even after his death, he'd sway a whole lot. It seemed to multiply 100-fold when Arthur took the throne. But in his absence, like smoke, just disappeared. He'd say, what is power in your mind, Beldroth?
I'm not playing a philosophical game of words. They lost their king too, and rather than build the bridge, we're putting them in chains while the Duke takes charge. Yes, he is on your side, but many good people will be injured in this process.
Many good people are injured, raped, murdered, and robbed of they own. Every day, because Camelot's influence has villainy runs rampant across the countryside. Monsters are left to attack and pillage caravans and small villages. Camelot is unable to stop most of it because we don't possess the power to order back a great deal of that power. Security. Protect people who would be otherwise victimized. True, the Duke is a less than noble character, but him in power, or at least he'd say with his house in power, I'm sure his cousin will be much more fairer than he.
Frank Underwood. Yep. That's good.
You can mention, Joe, that, London wasn't fucking in this dire of state. It is now, though.
Stefanos, we're working there.
Okay. Just saying.
Let's say And the guilds, they lacked order. They didn't go out and slay these monsters for a price, yes, but they did it.
The Heroes Guild. The Council of Guilds. Coin Masters Guild, the Banking Guild, the Silk Traders Guilds, the Grainers Guilds. They didn't do a thing. Fattened their purses, sat within the walls, charged unreasonable prices on the caravans that had to brave the roads to reach them, and left anyone who crossed them penniless and broke. In a way, they were far worse the tyrant Duke could ever be. For he is one, they were many.
Except sex. Sex is about... God damn it. Fucking Chris over there in the peanut gallery.
I like to imagine Chris just spying on there before he goes back and just whispering things into the room.
But, yeah, those are his words.
Yep.
Lulu.
Is this how you plan to bring order to England?
He'd look at you for a moment, say, no, actually. I have much different plans to bring order to England. Much more effective.
Oh man, I got a fucking sense mode. Fuck you talk. I don't fucking... He's tricksy.
Huh.
He'd say, he says, I assumed as much by your words. I assume you vehemently did.
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, he said, I would have assumed by your words. I see that you vehemently disapprove of my handling of London. Even though that out of the entire round, I was the only one who made an attempt. God.
So I should... I just cut him off, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, so I should disregard everything I've seen and heard that you've helped set up because you helped free me.
I'd say, oh no, I never meant to. He says, I never meant to imply that either. Lay a hand on the table, he'd say, you seem a man who, he says, by your words and actions, you are a man who believes most strongly in the well-being of England and its people. The ones who suffer, the ones who even now are suffering as a result of my decision and actions. He says, it pains me to say it, but while my methods may be somewhat tasteless, at least I put action to my words. The same cannot be said for the rest of the round, who are, ironically, quite the opposite to the Council of Guilds that was from London, where they were swollen and fat with their greed. He says the round has grown pale and emaciated, so scraggled thin that they are barely able to lift their own arms. They speak a great deal of words, but few put those words to action and bring results.
This is why I like this guy. This is why I came here.
You like him because he gets shit done?
He gets shit done, and he doesn't want. He's not gonna fucking justify it. He's be like, I'm doing it. I did it. It's done. Hate me. Fucking, I will feed off of it. Not really. Don't hate me.
Yes, I will feed off of it.
I just nod, Nate. I disagree with your method entirely and wholly, my very core. If you were a different man, I'd look to him as if I'm sizing him up. One of us would be leaving this room.
He'd smile.
I said I cannot deny results as much as it pains me. That hurt, Nate. That hurt my soul.
I like this guy. I just said I like this guy. This hurts.
Yeah.
He would just he'd laugh and he'd say, "Perhaps one day our swords will cross. Who knows? Fate works its strands in mysterious fashion. Though personally, I would prefer to avoid such an encounter. Camelot would sorely miss you."
Oh, that is a threat.
I like this.
Wait, what's going on? Sorry.
He said I wouldn't want to cross swords with you, but because Camelot would miss you. Saying he'll win.
Ouch, you gonna take that?
I'd look at him, and in the best fucking paladin I'd say, if that's how the Lord will accept me into his house and home, so be it. Perhaps he might even accept you when the time comes.
I
But
sincerely doubt it.
there are other matters. I'd actually approach and not let guard down, but, look less. I want to fuck this guy up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, you would have noticed just plainly through this entire thing, he has not had his guard up this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
His guards are still in the room, right?
Nope.
Ooh,
Private meeting.
neat.
Yep. When Joe got there, the only one in the room was him. And he seems confident that you're not even gonna remotely take a swing at him.
Yep, he knows. He fucking knows. I know he won't. I know he probably won't come at me because of my words, because I'm useful. But,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you made your way up to him? Or...
Yep. I'd say he's at a table, right?
Yep, he's by his...
Well, I'd just move into less. I could shout at you, and this would be acceptable distance, more into actual legit talking distance.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we very well might be putting the hero. You very well may have put the Heroes Guild in a spot of sort.
He'd nod and say, perhaps, depending on how the Duke handles his reclamation of power, they may find themselves absent a city to house themselves in.
I'd nod. I'd see if all parties are agreeable, I'd see them have a different city. Knights can't be everywhere. They can. Or they could.
Nod and well towards the security of the kingdom. And though I've made an offer several times to a guildmaster, he has slapped away my hand in every attempt.
Nod, and I'd say bureaucracy of being within Camelot.
He'd nod and he'd say, yes, this is, but perhaps they need not be in Camelot.
Are we going to the same place? Because I'm going to, give me a little more land and we can build a plot near us.
Well, he is looking at you after he says those words.
That's good.
Can we just have, Camelot?
I'd say a little more land and the necessary resources, and they could be stationed at least 4 hours out of Camelot.
Hours would bring land to the west, close to the city. Make his way over to a map on his desk. Kind of look at it for a moment. He'd nod, say, what acreage do you think you'll require?
Nate, could I guesstimate what their guild hall was? Like acreage-wise? Like, it's not like they weren't taking up that much, but about how... God, I don't even know. I need Chris! I need Chris!
It's just a guild hall, like...
Yeah.
They don't actually have, like, houses and shit. They have a guild hall, and then you guys have your own lives. Here's the bounties go.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think.
Like honestly, they could fit where we are now, but you just want more land at this point.
Well, I want to be able to fit them safely, so they're not like totally in with us, but they are,
Do you want room for residential in case they want to stay there?
Yeah. I mean, because we could put them up there, but I don't want to uproot that many people right now.
How about this? How many acres do we currently have, and how many are being used?
Has one day even passed yet? Or is this all on the first day?
This is all
the first
10
day.
acres? Okay.
Joe's got 8
I mean,
hour to and from.
And that's our Mont and Bailey and a little bit beyond?
Yeah, it was a fairly large guild hall, but it wasn't like, absolutely huge, but I mean,
why not
maybe
another
200 square feet, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you want room for residential for them while they're like in town before they go off doing things because they're the Heroes Guild, like 2 or 3 acres. Like that's plenty.
Wait, hold on. We're taking the Heroes Guild, and I haven't been paying.
They're talking about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been playing with the pup while I was waiting.
2 or 3 acres is a lot for just residential for one group. Like that's more than enough.
Yeah, I'm just looking at like square footage stuff. I brought up a calculator.
Yeah, like 1 acre would probably be like plenty to build a barracks and
yeah, that's pretty
have
much
stuff
what I'm sitting here.
Have stuff like start popping up around them.
You should get
Like
4 acres.
Like they would probably you could like if they had their own place and outside of a city, they would probably need to have like other facilities built, like armorers, blacksmiths, stuff like that. Because I mean, even though they're only about 4 hours outside of London, that still means they're 4 hours
That's
outside.
4 hours out.
So
I'd look to him and I'd say, an acre would accommodate much.
They almost chewed it all up now.
I'd say 2 acres though. Would get them a hall, plenty of room to build around, barracks, armors, for the shopkeepers and the like.
Ooh, shopkeepers, good thought.
and give us more room to farm, be a little more self-sufficient, and not tax Camelot as much in such endeavors.
He'd nod. He'd pick up a quill and he'd start scratching words out on a parchment. As he'd finish, he'd back to you. Say, I suppose we could. He says, consider it done. However, this is if you have time to spare, perhaps you'd be willing to make this point to the round itself.
I'd nod at that. I'd say all parties should be involved.
Give a nod, and he'd say, "But
Oh, sorry, little one. No going back there.
I'd say, before we move too far there, I did hear word in the west. Certain elves have a mithril mine under there, or at least within their lands.
He'd smile and he'd say, ah, yes. It was in their mithril. Too bad the new Dominion has less than favorable views of the human kingdoms.
I'd nod and say, I can't change their views on that. But I'd like to change their views in at least dealing with it. So perhaps a pill isn't so hard. A bitter pill is trading with us wouldn't be so hard to swallow.
To you, and he'd say, he says, everyone would benefit from such a adjustment to their views. But they would want to push such a thing.
Oh, sorry. My headset just fucking blipped out. I got, everyone would benefit from such views.
But how would blah 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 blah?
How would we?
Oh, he says, yeah, everyone would benefit from such views. But how would we accomplish such a feat?
I'd say, I don't know. But
Hell.
in my short time on this earth, I've seen many miracles. I've seen people change their minds over a minor task being completed, a little goodwill. I'd say a little goodwill towards them without nothing that could be accomplished within, I'd say, even months, but fostering our relationship is certainly a start.
He'd nod. Say, he says, speaking of which, this is our human neighbors to the west. Vaughn apparently have begun endeavors toward a similar end. At least their young prince has, by reports. Perhaps if someone were to make a journey to the island of Hibernia, they could speak to the that seems he is favorable towards, particularly a singular elven. He'd kind of smile. He'd kind of smirk at that.
Say, say perhaps a trip could be made. One would have to be officially recognized as being one within the Knights. Pull weight.
He'd nod and say, well, says we were going to knight you before little trip turned into an adventure of its own. Says such a thing could still be managed. Especially with our numbers, he says, and with the accomplished deed of bringing London back into the I believe you've more than earned a place, perhaps not even as a knight of Camelot, but perhaps even a knight of the round. The numbers have dwindled some.
I'd just look at him like, did you just really? First dragon on the Knights round, guys. You know what that is? That is shattering the highest glass ceiling in existence. I'd just leave that at a perhaps.
Food for thought, anyway.
Him, and I'd say I have nothing more. Perhaps a trip to Durston. I'd say nothing more to ask. Perhaps in the days coming, or I'd say the weeks coming, you take a trip to Durston. Beyond that, I will be easy to find. Give a nod as if that's it. I will depart, and I will meet you at the place.
He'd nod, and he'd say, "Well," or he'd say, or when you meet him at the place, as in
the
round
the round table.
He'd say, "Well, if you're in such a hurry, he'd start to follow after you. He'd say, perhaps they're finished with the young Guilford." And says, "Unless you abhor my company so greatly that you the distance alone."
I just look at him. Hate the sin, not the sinner.
He'd smile and word it. Never mind. He'd just smile at that and walk with you. And in short time, you would reach the room of the round, and inside, see mostly familiar faces. Anthony would be standing kind of just a little ways off from the table as they're speaking. Kay would just kind of motion to the guards, and they'd open the doors, and you two would be able to walk in.
I'd walk on in with him.
So Elian would just kind of look to him and say, finally decided to join us, Kay. Seems you take these meetings about as seriously as Dagonet ever did. Oh, I take these meetings very seriously. More serious than most.
Does he believe that he does? Does he believe that? He believes it. He takes these just fucking serious.
You were having heated sex with your mic, Joe.
Yeah, I was putting the plugging it back in.
Yep, we figured.
That's why I could hear you.
But, yep. He would basically make his way over to his seat. Gawain would nod his head to you, and he would... I see you returned, Roth. It's good to... it's good to see that you are well. You'd see Gaheris kind of looking at Kay. His eyes would linger on you for a moment. He looks at Kay with an expression kind of like, all right, you show up late to the meeting with Beldroth in tow. The fuck are you up to now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so what did you do? You had a paladin following you. Wait, how would it be smaller?
And,
I hope you're not comparing it to the entirety of London.
As you sit down, say, is your business with the young Guilford finished? Indeed it is, Sir Kay. Now, he says Gawain would say, you've done very well in handling the task handed you. Free to do, he says, you're free to do as you please for the next few days. I'll send my steward to fetch you if we deign to give you a new task. Just enjoy your time. Of course, Lord Gawain. I thank you for your praise. Good day, then. Turn. He'd give you a smile and a nod, Joe, as he departs from the room. Gawain would turn his full attention to you then, Joe. And as if remembering, he would turn and he would say, Beldroth, you've not been acquainted with Sir Tristan. He just returned. Motion to the new man at the table.
Ooh.
Who?
Oh, on Sir Tristan. Ability. What do I know him? But I don't want to do that.
Well,
like that. Pleasure, Sir Tristan.
You would actually know a little bit about Tristan, if only because he's spent a great deal of time in France.
Know about him because France.
Fighting in a pretty much every war France has had in the recent history. Including he's also fought quite extensively against many of the Wyvaran tribes in that region.
Kicked their ass.
Tristan is also, and just out of this is just everyone knows this. Tristan is also one of the 3 members of the round who's ever successfully taken down a dragon.
Ooh. I'll take down. I'll kill myself.
So he is one of the 3 that sometimes are referred to as dragons. Would be Lancelot, Tristan. Actually, Lancelot, Tristan, and Guinevere are the 3 who, in the stories, were considered dragon players. Tristan would give you a smile and a nod, though. He says, "My pleasure, Lord Beldroth. As I've heard a little bit about you since my return. This is all good things. You seem to be a man with honor. Use more of those."
Forgot the U, Chris. Chris, there's like 6 of them on my. Good. I got some. There you go. That's different. Good.
Do you have any words with his words?
Nope. Just that. Like,
You're breaking up really badly.
don't worry about it. They're mistimed too, anyway, so it's all good. I just give him I keep the bow, or return the bow and a thanks. Thank you for your kind words.
Okay, we turn to the rest of the round, and he would say, "He says, I figured." He says, "A matter has come to our attention, and decided." He says, "Since we were going to have some time after speaking with Anthony anyway, I figured it would be quicker to meet with Beldroth and come to a consensus on it." He'd say, London has, as I'm sure you're aware, London has come under new leadership recently, Duke having regained his position in the city. What good and ill that brings with it. So, he says, though the point that I would bring before you, my distinguished peers, is that the Heroes Guild may soon find that they do not have a haven within those walls any longer. I was discussing with Beldroth their perhaps relocation toward the skirts of our city. To manage the task, their settlement would have to gain an acre or 2 more to care for all of the guild's members, and I believed it would be an easy task to give them the land they ask for. He says, but I am not the king of Camelot, and thus I am not able to make such a decision on my own. Gaheris would just kind of nod and say, "Damn right you're not." Do well to remember it, Kay. He says, your father was an insufferable man, but he knew how to serve. A trait I don't believe he inherited. Kay's eyes would narrow a little bit.
Dangerous.
Yeah, that's mean.
My lord.
You dare
Gaeharis,
mock the son of a shepherd?
I have done nothing but served, and will continue to do nothing but serve. Gaeharis looks at him, very much unconvinced. Gawain just kind of clears his throat and says, "Brother, this is the time nor the place. To the task at hand." He'd turn his attention to you and he would say, "The 2 acres of land you require. I presume you've already spoken with Kay as to their placement."
Nod. Yeah, we did it. The exact
Did
place
you?
they need to be. The exact place they need to be.
Yep, basically he would ask you for the details of it, which you would be able to provide him.
And I
He
will
would
provide
nod.
it as such.
Let's say. Kind of look to Kay and he'd say, "No, I see no reason to deny you to what you need to accomplish this task. It'd be a great boon to the kingdom to have the Heroes Guild so close to Camelot. Though even if they lost their place in London, I doubt they would locate themselves here. We offered them a place within the city several times."
I thought they'd say within the city, and in their eyes, tangled in strings.
Gaeharis' fist clenches enough to actually hear the metal clank of his gauntlet. Say if Bedivere hadn't abandoned the round in the first place, perhaps less strings to be entangled in.
I'd nod. Because, well, you got a point. I'm not going to argue you right or wrong, but you do have a point. I'd say put them on my land. They live by your rules. Effectively governed by me and mine. Whatever fault may come from, whatever may come of them, it will fall on us. But Camelot has nothing but, can only gain from that.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. It is a wise one. I doubt anything truly wise would ever come. Which is why it didn't. It came from Lord Beldroth. No. He says, while my character might be in question in your eyes, I doubt Beldroth's be the same. Harris kind of closes his eyes and says, no. He's put himself honorably. Time and actions he's had here. Elian would kind of look around and say, well, I have no objections. It's true. Benefit greatly from the hero. Finding a place here. Added security. Do many things toward increasing people's morale, and added security would mean fewer fatalities from brigands and monsters and such. Tristan would nod and he'd say, they're free men. They decide to relocate here. I have no objections. Under Arthur's rule, land was free. They choose to do what they wished when they wished it. He'd say if we are to he says if we are to truly honor his legacy, such a thing should not change.
Well, I would look to Sir Grumpy Gus.
Harris would just sigh. Hey. It seems whether he says my voice, whether it be against, it seems will not matter. Majority present have spoken on this. So I will support the round's decision.
I like him. They're all worked out.
And say so. I will support the decision. But it is clear he does not exactly for.
Which one is not for it again? I wasn't watching when you pointed them out.
Harris.
I'd give a thankful nod to him, Nate. And I'd
Mr.
say,
Paperwork.
though it's not my... I'd give a thankful nod to him, and I'd say, though I am far from position to ask as such, I would still like to hear your objection. Or the objections you would have had. Makes it better to nip any grievances that may come forth in the bud.
My grievances lay not with the decision itself, Beldroth, but with the one whom I know with almost absolute certainty puppeteered it.
Understanding nod. It's like, okay, I got you, bro.
Was that the only matter you wish to speak with us, with Beldroth present then, Sir Kay? Well, there was one other matter. Before they departed toward the task of liberating Lighton Bridge, we were going to knight them, he and his companions, to give more weight to their lordship of the castle lands. I do remember. And say, I still motion that we, even as soon as possible, now that they've returned. Another matter that perhaps we would see them knighted before this, but I would put forward to the round that men of character are hard to come by in this stage, and our numbers have dwindled considerably since Arthur's demise. Perhaps they could be elevated into the round's number.
I wasn't listening. Who's elevated to the rounds number?
Us.
All of
Also
us?
with Chris.
I'm gonna be a knight of the round. I'm not gonna give a shit about them, though. I'm gonna be K.
He'd make those words and like every head just turns to look at him.
Excuse me. Chris knows.
I want that power. Fuck you.
Which is why you shouldn't have it, Stefanos.
Yeah.
Like, there's just looks of astonishment. Like his jaw is just hanging. His brows are knitted together to the point where you think the skin might disappear and it might become a unibrow.
But Harris. How many
Harris looks like
swords
he's
does he
having-
pulled out of nowhere?
He's well, as soon as he gets over his mild epileptic seizure, he might draw a sword. That might actually be a possible outcome. based
So
on his,
he looks like
physical reaction.
normal. Nothing's changed then with Gaheris, right?
The jaw is opening. He's kind of stammering. His eyes don't. Both brows aren't sure whether they want to be up, down, or up and down at the same time. He's
Nate,
just like,
I really want to be level 4 spell so I can be scrying on this so I can just pipe in. Just like booming voice. I agree. I'm sorry.
both of Tristan's eyebrows are raised, and he's just looking at Kay with just like, really?
You see, he's got the right reaction.
Yep. I agree with Chris there.
I honestly don't care.
Kay would nod, and he'd say, certainly you have nothing against their character. Acquitted themselves nobly, honorably, since their appearance before us. Gaheris finally recovers enough to speak as he says, "You were the last person who should be vouching for someone's honor. We may have our disagreements, Sir Gaheris, but continue to slander me, and I will answer your insult with steel."
Man, this is
We're
gonna
on
get
the ta-
awkward if
Warm
I
on
become
the
an.
table, guys. Get our cohorts in on this.
This is gonna be awkward if I become a knight and get a necromancy or an animate dead spell and use it. Yeah, you're right.
Really?
It's fine.
Elliot would just kind of look between the two and say, well, I mean, steel is how a proper knight answers insults levied against him. Gawain would just shake his head and say the round does not need to be fighting amongst itself.
I would nod, even though my opinion matters for so little right now.
Yeah, you're just kind of in the room listening to this train wreck.
Though, Kay, though, Sir Kay, I am confused by this proposal. He'd say, you specifically voted very strongly against the other two, whom we had considered raising to our ranks, and yet you come before us and then vouch for a group who may have acquitted themselves honorably, whom we've known for considerably less time. Kay would nod, say, true, we've known them for less time. They've produced far better results than the other two combined. And unlike the other two, he'd smile and he'd say, I trust them completely.
Also, hold up. We them sense motive. What?
Who trusts you? Who trusts us completely? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did to deserve that, but I don't think I did.
Maybe it's because I threatened him.
So he trusts you and Stefanos.
You probably shouldn't trust me. I don't work for him.
Ooh, Chris is
Joe,
right.
his words seem to ring true.
Well, hot damn.
I mean,
Oh, and we're in a
especially
fucking
since-
zone of truth still, probably.
Yup.
Oh shit. Chris is right. Ironically, a paladin's worst enemy is a bad guy who talks to him.
Yeah, that's why you don't let him
An
talk to you.
intelligent and charismatic bad guy.
Yeah. That's why we have Oath of Vengeance, so I can justify murking anyone that's an asshole and evil.
Elian would say, well, while I have no problem knighting them, as he seems to have a hard time recovering from the shock of Kay's proposal. He says, while I have no problem making them Knights of Camelot, Knights of the Round, it may be too soon to be even discussing such a thing. Garrus would just nod and say, such is my voice. Gawain would look over to Tristan, he'd look over at you, Joe, and he'd say, I've only just met one of them today. I can by no means make any judgment of their character or worthiness toward the title in question.
He knows.
He'd say, I've heard vouches toward their character. While I'm sure those words are well earned, I do believe it is a bit premature to be discussing such a thing. Gawain would nod. A matter to be discussed at another time. Joe, you would notice a shadow kind of flitter across Kay's face.
Ooh, sense. I did it!
Well, you catch that something has been confirmed in his mind. As you get the impression that entire proposal was a gambit, something he was using to fish, and it appears whatever he was looking for, he just got it, or at least he thinks he got it.
I would I'd just say, whatever choice is made, great honor. We'll let our deeds speak for us in the future.
Well spoken. As Tristan gives you a wide grin. Gawain would nod and he'd say, in the future. For now, we will work toward the ceremony in question. And we will send, he says, by week's end, we will send an envoy to your settlement, the new date for your knighting ceremony.
Give a smile and I say, now I'm sure to I'll ensure to stay at least a day's walk in Camelot this time around.
You give a nod and you say that'll be all that.
Give a bow and depart. All right. Let's say some knights, then while bowing and depart. There we go. A little more formal.
Okay. You would depart the room of the...
Well, I am collect my horse and head on home.
Okay.
This was a fucking day. I added 3 new post-it notes. And and they're just hanging on the wall now because I ran out of computer space or monitor space.
Yep. Well, you would be able to head back home.
I would
Arriving-
move at a pace,
Okay.
Just a pace.
a
Yeah.
good pace. You know,
Yeah, I mean it's basically even going at an expedited pace, it's still going to be like 10 o'clock before you.
oh yeah. I just don't want to
Right.
get home at midnight. You know,
Yeah.
and I can wake up early.
Yep. And you would be able to get back at around 10 o'clock.
If there's no stable hand, I'll take care of my horse and make my way to the Lord's chambers. I mean, the Lord's office.
Ah, I'm back there.
Ah,
Real you or second you?
Real me.
real you.
There's no way my guy got here.
I thought you left already.
No, he was leaving in the morning.
Actually, I'd find Stefanos first, ask him to keep watch on me, then head up there.
Zap.
Did it.
Zap, motherfucker. Anyway. But yes,
There you guys go.
you visited your furry little espresso machine and to speak with Chris.
Thank you, Nate.
I gave you guys a visual representation of the size of their guild hall with 2 acres.
Oh, nice. I like this.
They should have more than 6, but if you give them 2, they could probably make do with that.
Still more than they had.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Is it? Not.
No, they probably have a full-sized one in London.
They're in the city. I don't think they got more than 6 acres.
You don't know how big cities are.
Yeah, I'm just saying the guild didn't get that much.
You don't know how
for
big
stuff.
acres are, do you?
Acres are. Yeah.
You see that circle there? That's 10 acres. That whole map is 1 square mile.
I am not looking at the moment.
Anyways,
Mhm.
they have a guild hall,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got
Unemployed.
2. Yeah, they will have a guild hall place. Should they accept? They will
Mhm.
accept.
But yeah, you made your way up to
Oh, yeah, I gotta go all the way up. So, would I be able to find
Lips.
Boy on the way up, sleeping in one of the rooms?
Lips.
You would actually.
Alright. Sleeping? That's good. Or he's pretending to sleep, which is also good.
You'd actually see Morgan tucking him in.
Little babu.
Well, I smile at that as I head my way up to the lounge where I will meet Chris. Office space.
Yep. Just putting things in order because before it was a goddamn mess. Because it only needed to adhere to me, so putting things in order for you all.
Well,
I'd say,
I did it.
yeah, I'd say, how was your trip to Camelot?
Eventful. Going to propose to the Heroes Guild that they build on the extra 2 acres of land we acquired. Put a new guild hall up here.
And nod and say, sounds about right.
And that, I spoke to Kay, voiced my displeasure over his actions.
I'd say, I think his decisions went pretty smoothly.
They'd just look at you squarely like, okay, I want to say stuff, but I already said stuff, so I'm not going to say more stuff about this. That's the
You
look.
remember that him and me are 2 of a kind?
Yeah, I don't need to go through this conversation again.
brought in
It's
London
like-
and the Heroes Guild into the Knights of the Round's better control at a few people's dismay. Well, that's pretty good. No
Yeah.
war.
Yeah, it is good. And war is bad. They even learned a bit of information on the mithril mine in Iberia.
I'd nod and say I've heard talk of it.
It'll take time, but one day we might be able to work with it.
Is that, Nate, is that something Camelot actually has ownership of?
The mithril mines?
Yes.
No,
no.
that's the elves.
Okay.
The
Gotcha.
the kingdom.
That's all I need to know.
Oh.
Yep, I just need to know whether Camelot owns it.
Nope.
I'll probably clear up some stuff with you later, but that's a lot of work we
Yeah.
can make when we're not sessioning.
Yeah, I'd just say that'll get messy.
If we handle it properly, it shouldn't.
It sounds like
Just
there is a
matter-
proper way to handle it.
So,
Chris, you would know that several wars have already been fought over those mithril mines.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
So
Yeah, there's not a proper way to deal with it. There's only that you're the thief and this is ours. That's it.
yeah, just say you help the right people who have the right pool, and we can get what we want. I would think someone like you would know that.
I'd nod, smiling, and say, "Oh, I understand favors very well, but I don't really have an in with the elves. At least over that way."
I'd nod and say, tell of a prince working on ties. Perhaps if all goes well on his end, one could piggyback off of him and at least get in with the elf.
I'd give you a pat on the shoulder and tell you I'm glad to leave it in your hands. I'd say more specifically, not mine.
I just nod and say, you have done very well. The ride took a little longer, so I wasn't able to clear much with the renovations within the Mountain Bailey, but tomorrow's another day.
Yeah, I'd nod, say, worst case scenario, if you lot all get killed, well, there'll still be one person's name left on that deed. And smile.
Appreciate the optimism. Look to you squarely after that. Looking at you squarely.
Looking at you circly.
Yep. Oh, damn it. You countered me.
Oh, downstairs being a triangle.
I've asked our tiny friend to cast that spell so I could stay awake. I'll be up here a while, familiarizing myself. I'm feeling I'm going to be spending a lot of days in this room. At this point, I'd actually shrug off my armor and shit, and yeah,
Go to sit.
go to sit, go to read, go to write, go to do everything.
Well, I'd roll up my bedroll. I think. Yeah, I got some time before I gotta head out. I'd say, so you brought Vaughn back again.
Hi guys, nice to see you again.
me, Vaughn. It's the Happy Vaughn Hour.
Just a little brain damage this time, but that's okay.
Voo, voo, voo.
My favorite part of when he does the holy things is his hand does a sizzle noise.
I
Reminds me of bacon.
want you guys to call me Vroom from now on.
I'd say,
I hate all of you.
through me, the Lord gave him another chance, and one can never know how many chances he'll have.
Can't you read my name? I mean,
It's true. After 9, he's just like, you
I
know
c-
what? Fuck it, I give up.
I can't wait until, you die 9 times, and I just look at everyone and say, can't.
I'm sorry. He's a cat. He's dead now.
They're just like, yeah, you know what? He ran out of chances. That was enough.
1 second.
But yeah.
I'm thinking. I got more words. I'd say yeah, and say it may be his will that he comes back, but if you try and tell me that it's not your will that moves your hand to do it, you're lying to yourself.
Don't fucking come at me with not paladin stuff. The Lord told me to do it, and I did it. Suck my dick, Chris.
So you're delusional too now.
I'd add on.
Paladin.
I'd add on. I'm a bit of a man of the faith myself.
Money.
No bluff.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Well, I'd raise an eye and say, Peg, you lose one.
Nod. I'd say I think I got a Quran around here somewhere. You could read it sometime.
Book 3.
I'd say it's a little bit more. Or I'd say, to my understanding, it's a little bit more aggressive, but. I'd shrug and say Allahu Akbar, because that does mean God is great.
Yep. Ah, fuck, I'm dead. Chris explodes. Shit.
Chris, I just want to be up there stealthily and just be fireball. Just in the middle of the room. Actually, better yet, spontaneous immolation on you.
Well, I will say that. And I'll pray your God grants you safety on the road. Just give you a warm smile.
Joke's on you, they're the same God.
I mean, yeah, but we can argue this.
Nah.
No, I mean, like, fuck you.
And smile and say, I pray that any of the gods have any input on our daily lives. If not, we're just down here alone. Give you a nod.
Thanks for the bleak sentiment, Chris.
Don't worry, you're a paladin. He actually does.
Oh yeah, sure, he does. But we don't know if he, moves his finger down here and shoves things.
Yeah.
It's all through
We know
us.
that. Yeah.
It's all through us. And that's
Everyone?
iffy.
Everyone but paladins and clerics, though? Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. Don't matter.
Where do your spells come from? The sky.
Where do your spells come from? Satan. Oh, you're a witch, aren't you?
I know I had other words actually planned, but fucking hell, they are. That was like a month ago. So, and I thought I wrote them down, but I didn't. But yeah. I'd be packing up my bedroll, and oh, I would have spent the gold to get like a fucking wooden doll to practice the fucking unarmed combat in the like study area below the office. So you guys got that, but you know
You were practicing unarmed combat?
Hmm?
You were practicing unarmed combat?
Yeah, you get better at it.
Yeah, you never know when he's going to be disarmed of his 20 daggers.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'd just be doing that for a bit, go get a bath and then sleep in one of the guest quarters.
Okay, back.
And that'll be the end of my day.
Chris, did you have the... Or were you the one keeping track of the money in the settlement?
An
I don't think we have money
An
yet.
excellent question.
No, we did, because when we killed or imprisoned the Arcanist lady, everyone pretty much put all their money into that. So who was keeping track of it? It wasn't
Wait,
me.
what?
Excellent question. I will be scouring through many things to see if I can find it.
What are we looking for?
Our treasury. I'll be looking through chat logs and documents to see if I have it somewhere. So.
Okay.
Let me help with the chat.
Dude, the chat log would be like half a year
That'd be
ago.
so long ago.
Does it even go up that high?
Maybe.
It would have been around the time I was at Chris's place, I think.
Yep, that'll help me date it. So yeah, I'll look for that in my own time. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
put
looking
some-
at the chat log. It doesn't go back far enough.
Oh no, you have to go to the other one. But yeah, going to sleep. Gonna be leaving in the. Actually, I'm just gonna leave when
Oh
I
wait,
wake
no,
up.
I'm at the right one. Okay.
I'm gonna leave when I wake up, which will be 2 hours.
There you go.
So, would anybody be meeting me at the gates or talking to me on my way out, Nate?
Yeah, no, this is back from when...
Um,
When was this?
Was this after I was burnt on the cross?
Maybe?
Yeah, it was after, because that's when we fought Witch Lady.
Oh yeah, that was.
how early are you head now?
Oh, what time is it now?
Like after you part ways with Joe?
Yeah, like when we were talking, basically. Around what time? 10 or 11?
It was coming on. Yeah, coming on 11.
Well, I probably wouldn't do much physical exercise stuff because it's loud, so I'd probably do that for about an hour. Get a bath, just a half hour, go to sleep, that's 2 hours. So it's probably only like 1 or 2 a.m.
Oh my god, that does go far back enough.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't encounter anyone except for Giz pissing into the moat.
Thanks, Nate. I hate your guts.
Motherfucker.
I'm legitimately gonna remember this and spite you in the future when I'm DMing.
Hey, you know what? You wake up to some guy pissing in your mouth.
Oh, there's Chris lifting off all his weapons.
I'm out. Riding into the night with my horse who was wounded critically on the legs. He'll have those scars for life.
I saved him with evil magic.
You did.
Look, I didn't make you have a conversation with him. I just said, he's out there pissing into the moat.
No, it's
And,
it's exactly as you say.
Yeah, I'm pretty much organizing the affairs in an order that for me, and shit, probably do stuff with them.
Boop, just gonna throw this down so it exists.
Because I just hijacked like an hour and a half.
I don't see anything about the treasury. I'm back at where we fought the kobold.
I may have to do an estimate. I know it was roughly around somewhere between 4,000 and 8,000.
Do you remember how much money we got for the Arcanist lady, Nate?
That can be worried about later. You guys,
Well,
unless you,
that's what was in it.
yeah, unless you need it now. In which case, yeah, figure it out.
I've just got money to add to it.
I'm gonna get work clothes on.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Work clothes good for working up
My
a
head.
sweat. Cause
You work hard,
I work hard.
so hard.
You know how many
I work
animes I get teary-eyed
hard.
over? Too many. Oh my god, I need tissues.
Like,
I don't think
you
we-
let him in. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm just watching a show. It's too emotional.
I've been pretty lucky, actually. I get like teary-eyed and someone's coming in and I'm just like, nope, get away, get away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't write it in chat.
Shit. What time did Stefanos? You stayed up all night, right?
Nate, can I copy spells tonight? Like
Didn't you do
down-
adventuring stuff?
I did the XP thing, but if I'm just staying up all night, can I just spend a few hours copying some spells down from her spell book?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I am up, Joe.
There you go. And
And I can be interrupted during that, so whatever you want.
yeah. Oh no, I didn't plan on interrupting you. I was just like, who wakes up first?
Oh.
Because I'd be pretty much out at the fucking ass crack of dawn. Hammer on my back, but no armor.
Hammer?
I have a hammer. I hit things with a hammer.
Why is it on your back?
Because it makes sense.
No, it doesn't. You're in the city. You're not fighting anything.
Yeah, but I could be. Things can happen. I'm not gonna wear my armor, but I am gonna have my weapon. It's like this is me. That is part of me. I took the armor off, put on some nice clothes that I probably found in this place that maybe fits me, Nate.
That's some Yep.
Oh, eat clothes in the settlement?
Yeah. Oh, that's on broil, not bake. What the fuck?
With some slight alterations, yeah.
Okay, works out.
You know, namely wing slits.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and I got my own cape now, too. So cool. So edgy.
Oh, you didn't have a cape before?
No, I just had my wangs. And Nate, that thing I sent you earlier about the letter, I would have just like got that written out and then just sent someone like as soon as it was done to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure I got that clear. I don't think I mentioned that part in it, just that I wrote it.
Gotcha.
So Stefanos, are you just on spellbook quest?
Yesterday was XP. The next day is going to be XP. Then I should be all caught up. Assuming you didn't get more and put you above the cap. I doubt it though.
Zach, what are you doing?
Because I was well above.
During the night or during the day?
During the day. That's
During the
relevant.
day, I was going to take the day trading.
Okay. Shit. Good
Yeah,
thing
no.
am I doing anything? Nate, I'm getting to know everyone that is new, and I'd be giving a sermon at the area where they have been congregating.
Nate, question though.
Okay.
And that's me.
Would the maximum experience, Joe, have gone up, or is it the same 34175?
I don't think I'd done anything that deserved experience, so I think it'd be the same.
Yeah, no, same.
Cool. Okay. Level 8. I don't know how many days we got. That's up to you.
Zach, you could actually do downtime experience too, unless you wanted to be free for stuff.
Yeah,
you just probably should.
He really should be.
Well, he's training, so
Yeah.
you can say that's.
I thought the training was technically the
Yeah, I mean,
downtime experience for the time.
training can
No,
be whatever.
You need to word it as that.
because
see.
there's other type of downtime training.
Yeah.
Like, I was just doing bullshit unarmed training to kind of put my foot in the door for picking up the unarmed combat feat for, just hard work, by bullshit. So.
I don't have any feat I'm specifically working towards right at this moment.
Yeah, that's not
I mean,
in the,
I don't think I could practice my intimidation.
Yeah, it's not actually possible by the rules to get a feat, but you kind of have to. If you show that you work towards it, Nate will have mercy on you and find a way for you to get it. Maybe.
The only thing it's possible to
Mercy.
get is a language. That's it. There are the rules for getting language from working. That's it.
Oh my god, I gotta look up this shit. I need to know Elven.
It's under retraining. Or not? Yeah, no, it is.
Oh, I have to
Yeah,
retrain our
but like
language.
if you guys work towards certain things, like I'll give it to you.
Well, I wouldn't
Like,
mind
I
working
mean-
towards a weapon trick.
A weapon trick? I don't know what that is.
Two-handed menace.
Never heard of it.
Capitalizing on the fear inspired by massive weapons, you can take 10 on an intimidate checks.
Is a weapon trick a class ability?
No, it's a
Mm-mm.
type of combat feat.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
I would like to appear more menacing. Alright, first you buy a mirror, and then you look in the mirror for 8 hours a day with your scythe in different ways.
And just make different scowly
I like to
faces.
think.
Ooh.
I like to think Zach practices intimidate by just going around scaring people. Like he just comes downstairs in the middle, and just like, oh,
Just like there's a boom, ah.
yeah, and just runs away.
Giz would be the best thing to do that on.
Or if I wanted to be a dick, just do it to Mr. Stutter Guy. I feel so bad about it.
I would not.
Ah.
I would feel nothing.
Well, yeah, fuck. Sermon, learning people. Ooh, spar with the little guy. Spar with the kid. There we go. Yeah, this is a boring day for me. And then I suppose I could do like downtime. Do I want to retrain a language?
You don't retrain
No way.
a language; you gain a language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the only thing you can just gain.
How do you do that?
20 days, I think. Let me look up retrain.
Damn, I could just fucking put a point in linguistics.
Yeah, right.
Cheatsy doodle! But yeah, you could put a point in linguistics and then justify learning it over the course of
You
a couple
can
days.
spend time to learn additional language. It takes 20 days of training to gain a bonus language, and these need not be consecutive. Each language requires a trainer who shares the language with you and knows the language you want to learn, or a book written in a language you know that explains the basics.
Good
Does
thing
not-
I now
wish I
live
could
with a
learn
half
language in
elf.
20 days.
This new language
Right.
does not count towards your maximum number of languages. You
There's
can
a
train
maximum number of languages?
racial language plus bonus languages from int plus linguistics rank.
That's max.
You can train this way a number of times equal to 1 plus your int bonus. So, yeah.
20 days.
Alright.
Huh? I wish it took only 20.
Right?
I know,
Hey,
right?
when you're a demigod, it sure does.
Well, you can
Well,
learn most of a language, like Japanese. You could probably get a lot of that in a month. If you just fucking learn it.
Maybe if you do it like hours upon hours a day. Like,
Yep.
Well, it does say
6
it
to
takes
8.
20 days, so yeah, I think so.
Wow.
is it like 20 24-hour days or 28-hour days?
'Cause your lady friend knows Elven, right, Chris?
That's abstracted, so
Yes, she does.
Well, I guess I'd ask her if you can teach me Elven.
Buddha,
Huh?
Buddha, Buddha,
Chris,
Buddha.
interest
Well,
in the
the
language,
next-
you
the
should
next,
be willing to know.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
Joe.
next
gonna
period
say-
is going to be pretty much up to you guys until the knights send you guys the envoy for your knighting.
honestly, Joe, my raven can my raven can only speak a few languages. Actually, my ring has the ability to speak Elven on it. That's how I know it.
There you go. Well, Nate, those are my plans as follows for the whole, remainder. And change and get to know people after I've, introduced myself to everyone and they know the Dragon Man is alright. It just turned into assisting people around the settlement. And then my night, or the end of my day, would kind of be learning language if she would allow to learn.
Nate, are you allowing my thing? Like 20 days to maybe learn it?
Yeah, it depends on how long we have.
I wouldn't mind learning two-handed.
Because it's basically a feat, right?
It is.
Okay.
It's a feat, but it's also a martial feat, which honestly, martials are kind of handheld or forced to go down one line and not multiple stuff because of how they work. So I don't think it's that bad.
That's why fighters
Yeah.
get bonus.
It's just a take 10 in combat on an intimidate check. That's it.
Yeah, but it is an extra feat too. So
Yeah.
you gotta, regardless of what it's doing, you gotta weigh it against the fact that it is.
I think I'd be fine with that. But basically, I think I'd probably say something along the lines of use the retraining rules as if you were retraining a feat.
Oh, for the money and the time?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Let's see.
So retraining rules.
Retraining a feat takes 5 days. With the feat you want, the old feat can't be used as a prerequisite. Retraining a feat requires you to spend gold, takes time, requires a trainer, and can happen as often as you want. It takes 5 days, and how much is it per day? Unless stated, retraining costs gold equal to 10 times your level times number of days. So
I'd say double the amount of days it takes. But that's it.
Ooh, maybe I could just learn power attack now.
See, I'd be fine with taking.
And then
greater
Joe tries to
cleave.
abuse it.
I'd be
What?
fine.
So 10, 10, 7, assuming you didn't level up, you had a 700 gold. Or 800 if you leveled up.
I wouldn't mind switching out cleave for hurtful.
That is 100% legal. That's not even a homebrew thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
Or yeah, great cleave. Because I don't really use great cleave. I might just use cleave, but not greater.
I can tell you this, they're both very situational, but when we fight mooks, they're going to be phenomenal. And you'll get in situations where you might miss them.
Oh, I
But,
know, but I at
um,
least will have cleave, so I'll at least have some
Cleave
sort of
is
stuff.
probably the only one you really need, though. Because Stefanos could do AoE damage, but
I have not
we don't
got
expect
AoE yet.
What's
Yeah,
this feat called again, Zach?
Defeat. It's not actually something you train physically for, so that's where the difficulty comes in, but it's called hurtful.
What? Yeah, no. The other one. The one that you want to...
Greater cleave?
No, the style
No, what's
feat.
the name of the
Oh.
feat that you want to learn? Because that's
Hurtful?
what it is irrelevant.
No, hold on. I will look it up.
I mean, which one are you talking about? I was talking
This
about
doesn't
two-handed
mean that.
metric.
Take 10 on Intimidate.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
looking at that one earlier, but I was like, if we can just retrain a feat in
What's it-
general, I'll
what's-
just do hurtful.
What is it
'Cause
called?
that'll do
What is the
better.
name?
Weapon, two-handed menace. Yeah.
There we go. There is.
Like I said, if we can just retrain a feat, I'll probably take hurtful over that.
Yeah, well, I mean, retraining feats that's totally something that's just Pathfinder. So
It does ask that there's a trainer.
it does.
I need to find somebody who's intimidating.
I shall do it.
I mean, you guys are right next to Camelot. He could like little treks to Camelot, spend the day, come back, and
How intimidating are you, Zach?
My intimidate is a plus 11.
I was gonna say I might be almost as much. I got a 5 without any ranks, but nope, you still beat me. Why do I have a +2 to intimidate? What the hell is giving me that?
Maybe it's because your race is terrifying.
I am pretty terrifying. Really adorable.
Albeit.
Oh, it's not the race.
You guys plan on keeping going after this?
How many days do we have? Because that will depend on what I do.
well, I
Well,
mean,
it
you're gonna have 7 days with that on back to the round, Steven.
7 days before the round? Okay. 7 days total, like from when we began, or after the first day?
Probably this day coming up right now is going to be the first one.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll spend 5 of those days retraining my feet to gain hurtful. I'll just see how much that'll cost.
Okay, that is 400 gold, Zach, if you're level 8 already.
Level 7.
1 day for XP. 2 day for headband.
Where does it say the gold amount?
You can
It's
spend
10 times level times 10 times your level times the number of days taken. It takes 5 days.
I'll keep this recording for a bit, and I'm gonna peace out.
See you.
So it'd be 350 gold.
Are you still 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can do that. Amount adjusted. Switching out cleave. Hurtful.
Yay, headband of smarty pants. Wow, I actually get to use the enhancement slot on a character sheet for the first time. Wait, no, I guess I used it in the other campaign a little.
Okay. So, what are you doing for the 7 days, Joe?
Just pretty much. I'm giving sermons, training with the boy. Since we gotta do something. Getting to know
Stefanos.
people, and then after I've gotten to know people, I'm helping people with whatever they need.
Yes, my son?
And
You weren't working on the.
learning
orders
language
yet.
at night.
What'd you say?
I said you weren't working on the orders just yet, were you? You had one before that, right?
I finished my headband. I have used 3 of the 7 days, and now I am seeing how long things take. I'll probably knock one of those out, though.
Would I get anything back from the druid people on that?
I mean, if you could at least knock one out, the belt would be my favorite.
Belt's your favorite? Okay.
Within the 7 days, you would not.
Okay.
Hopefully, you'd be able to do that in
It's belt is 8. I can do that in 4 days. 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I should take the rest of it.
So then I'll go and add that in here, and I'll take the money out.
Let me think. Can I do it any faster? No, I can't. Yeah, sure. I can spend the 4 days on that. Then I'm going to do my own stuff after that for a little bit. But that's after the round thing.
Okay, so I give you 280 platinum. Have at it.
Oh, wait for what?
For making it?
Oh, nice. I didn't know you were giving me any for it.
Were you making it for free?
I don't know. We just talked in.
Oh no, I had the money
Discord.
I had the money to go and to compensate you for that at least.
Just make it 100.
Neat.
At least for now.
Okay, so you have 100 platinum now.
Woo.
More. Nifty.
7.
Delta physical perfection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was perfection. You're right. And that was the hardest one to make. So.
Yeah, the other I figured if we were gonna get one out of the way, might as well be that.
Yeah,
Appreciated. Jesus,
Christ.
is that somebody's ringtone?
That's Joe's alarm.
Oh.
My alarm.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you gotta fucking wake up, Zach.
Sometimes you got to wake up.
But the other thing, Nate, I would actually go to town and talk to people about getting the requisite supplies to, take care of whatever we need to make this all, get all this in better working order. I mean,
Nate, it would take 10 days for my familiar to gain an archetype, right? Because 2 class features.
Archetype.
5 days for alternate class feature you would add, subtract, or replace. By taking it at the end, you lose the standard class features and replace them with the archetypes.
Okay. Sounds right to me then.
Okay, he can do that on his own. And honestly, it fits better if he just always had it, so he's just out of commission for 10 days. I'll take the gold out, though.
Okay.
So he's 7 out of 10 of that.
Okay. Well, be able to acquire that stuff.
That's the 800 gold. So. Sorry,
that
Zach,
was the thing.
Sorry, Zach. You almost spent all your money already.
Huh?
I almost spent all your money already.
You almost spent it?
Yeah, he spent 800 gold out of the 1,000 gold.
Oh.
I'm just gonna type, Nate, so I'm not flooding your mind with actual words. Because there are other things that I'm thinking of.
And Zach, something that might be helpful. I'm not saying this as a you keep dying thing, but literally I love this rule. You know how you roll for health when you gain level?
Yeah.
There's retraining rules to say, okay, gain 1 health per X.
3 days.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think it was.
To your max. Yeah, that's a really good one. Got the time. I can't do it as much because I'm going to be doing other stuff, but you can fucking max out if we have the time. And Joe, would your magic man allow spellbooks?
I already told you he would.
Okay, do you want mine too?
I don't even know what you have right now, so I'm not even...
That's what I mean. Do you want me to link it or send it to you? So you know?
Sure, Joe, do that.
Where are you? Don't worry about the dashes or the asterisks.
Okay. Trying to determine if it's been a month since you guys got your castle.
We were just gone for 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then we went. The only thing we did before, because we didn't have any downtime at the actual castle, was go to the one place with the Arcanist lady and come back. And I don't think that took 2 weeks. I think it maybe took 1. So I don't think so. But I could be wrong.
Okay.
We didn't officially own it until after we finished that.
You're right. So it definitely wasn't then. Actually, yeah, we were here for a few days before, so 2 weeks and maybe like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
So close.
Okay, so
but-
basically at the end of this week, effectively, it's for a month.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well. For your monthly tax on your populace,
Shit.
would you tax the unemployed members of your populace the same as everybody else,
Oh,
or
I thought you meant tax to us. Okay. Okay, unemployed.
So wait, we're making a
How
judicial
many-
decision?
How many are unemployed?
it's in your? There's a handout called Kingdom Costs.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Has your current population, and it has a breakdown of.
So we have about 1/3 of people are unemployed.
We gotta have a meeting, guys. Are we doing this in character or are we doing it as players?
Shit.
Your call. I don't mind.
Let's just do it as players for now for the first one.
Okay, yeah. Effectively, my proposal is...
Are we deciding as players or deciding as characters though? Because that might be a different thing.
We could decide as characters.
Well, we'll
but-
decide as players, but have like a meeting of which.
No, I mean
In
we're
character.
talking as.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
I'm
it's
saying.
as if our characters are talking, but we're just paraphrasing everything.
Yeah. Pretty much my thought is we got 100 people. Excuse me. 51 unemployed.
So half of them are.
Just charge them $1.50 and then work with the farmers and shit so the farmers can produce more work. So they're effectively paying the tax by helping us get more food because we're able to move quicker.
You mean
Well,
$1.50 for everybody?
Average average wealth per month. That's what we're just getting in total, right, Nate? Not per person.
That's what people
Each-
are getting per month.
Yes. Yeah. Each
Okay.
person.
That's
is
their
getting on
average income.
3 gold.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
now the unemployed people. What are they? Do they have any income at all, or literally zero?
Their income would effectively be 0. Basically, whatever they have and what we're working scrounge.
Okay, my proposal is we don't tax them for the unemployed people the first month, and say, next month you will be. This is a starting kingdom, so we're giving you leeway, but you got an extra month to get a job, pretty much.
See, I believe we should equally tax them no matter what, because we don't want to play favoritism, but do it at a lower tax rate.
We could just not tax anyone for the first month then, or we could do that.
That could work. Give them the first month, and then
Leeway first month. That
effectively within, I imagine, Nate, within the month, we'll be able to get the supplies. We will hear a response from the Heroes Guild, and we will potentially be able to get supplies and put some of these people to work.
Actually, yeah, no, I like that because we were gone for most of this month. So we could say, okay, we're here. We're going to start making jobs. We're going to say this needs done. Who wants to do it? We're going to start making the jobs, and they wouldn't have gotten paid for their whole month, obviously, because we just got them there. Next month we start.
Yeah, to both those. Within the month, get a response back from the Heroes Guild. Like,
we would get a response back?
Well, not within the end. By the end of the 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
But like, by the end of next month, you could feasibly get a response back. Heroes Guild.
You good with that, both of you?
The non-tax first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it because technically we haven't created any jobs, so it's like we're trying to tax people that don't have any.
And we make it known that this is a one-time thing. It's not just totally tax-free. We're just trying to get everyone set up.
Right. Did you want to decide what the tax rate after that would be, or did you want to wait to see what the average income increases or decreases to?
What is the average tax rate in towns, Nate? I don't even know. Or do you even know?
It's not a thing.
You just kind of decided on your own based on
what is the percentage of an average tax rate in a real town then? Kind of depends on property, but
it's somewhere between 15% of your income.
Yeah, something like that. Although,
honestly,
like here, like if we're talking like medieval tax rates, that shit varied widely because each of the lords of the regions determined tax rate. Because basically what it comes down to is, like, the way tax is going to work is Camelot is going to ask of you a specific amount, and then essentially you would be responsible for taxing your own region, and as long as you pay the requisite taxes to Camelot, it doesn't matter how much money you people.
Okay, how much is Camelot asking then?
Are they asking anything for the first month, or
they have not sent you anything asking for the first month, no.
So I propose the second month we should focus on creating those jobs.
Yeah, and then I guess we can decide then based on what they ask of us. Sound good?
Yeah.
I think we can all be in agreement on that.
Okay. I think will be so no taxable income for the first month. Okay.
And there was much rejoicing by the populace.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's
well, if we made a general announcement to everyone on like a stand, would you want to do that with heroics, guys?
I mean, would you guys want... Alright, quick question. Do you guys want me to be the face of stuff, or do you want it to be like...
I was thinking this way. You could be the one to do the announcements and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And we would just kind of be the one standing next to you.
Yeah, like, you guys are known, and you're doing the stuff, but I would be making...
You're the main speaker, we are the side speakers if we decide to. Cool?
Trust me, you don't want me to diplomacy anything. If you want me to intimidate something, hell, I can do that.
I actually think I have the highest diplomacy, ironically. Which is great.
Well, that sounds like a plan. We'd make the announcement some day, just pass it around. You have an announcement to make, and...
Can we gauge the crowd on favoritism?
Dude, they
Favorableness.
fucking love us for this month. They're gonna hate us. Right now,
Well,
we're
I want to
bros
do that.
with-
I'll roll the sense motive. I just want to gauge it from when we say there's no taxing this month, but next month there will be.
Yeah, all right, roll it.
Right there.
Joe, what is
No,
your
it seems
diplomacy at?
10.
You gauge they definitely appreciate the no taxing of this month, especially the 50% unemployed are definitely like, you know, wiping their brows at that. And they definitely understand that, okay, you know, next month, and you can hear murmurs throughout as they're like, okay, so we got a month to figure out what the
And if no one else pipes up with it, I will also mention that we'll be working to create new jobs so that people aren't still out of a job next month if they actually want to work.
Well, I know one thing I can get. Zach could train people.
We should make the guardsmen's because apparently there has been some crime.
And I could honestly do magic training if anyone's actually interested and has the potential for it, because they would obviously need to still have the potential for it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make Mr. Tumnus a wizard.
Oh, I know. No. Like wizards, you could make anyone a wizard so long as they have at least 11 intelligence.
I don't think he can do somatic components.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of people that you could actually.
You mean verbal.
Verbal, yeah.
Thematic is hand.
No, they'd have to be born.
But yeah, think about it. 11 is still above average. So people below 11, which is on average the average, no, they got nothing. They cannot.
Yeah, no, I got you. It might be an exceptional person.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Or
You know?
I mean, hell, you could teach the mundane person how to do minor spells. In which case,
Honestly, cantrips would make a layman really fucking.
Yeah, no, I would.
yeah, that's how.
Some
That's
people
how
that
you
don't
give-
have some people that don't have full potential, I would teach them useful cantrips like mending is the one that comes to mind, because mending is like the most useful mundane cantrip for.
And so the settlement begins birthing out, mildly useful hedge wizards.
Yeah, that's actually what it is. Hedge wizards are people that know a few cantrips, and that's about it.
And while Stefanos does that, I'll start training guards to uphold law.
So yeah, we got men.
What laws we have,
got-
we'll determine. But
Ooh,
laws of
I know
punishment.
knowledge nobility. I know the laws of Camelot.
There you go. We can have a meeting about that at some point.
I know them too. I
Fuck
know everything.
you.
Fuck you. My knowledge nobility is at, where is it? 13.
Mine's only at 5, but I have a 0 to my ability score.
I
I'm
know
dragon.
ultra laws.
Well, fuck.
You see, Joe, I can't teach spells. He's too much of a dumb.
What are you talking about? I know spells.
I can't teach him real spells.
Are you saying purify food and drink is not a real spell?
That is a good spell. That is a really fucking good spell.
Oh my god. We will have the purest water.
That's good.
totally
There's a goblin's
could.
pissing in it.
This is true.
God damn it. So, this is what's happening. Let me just lay out my day for you guys. I'm giving sermons.
Yeah, we gotta train the goblin too. We can't forget about him. We gotta make him less of a goblin.
So I'm doing sermons. I am training with the boy, who I would make sure to do that while you're training the guardsmen, Zach. So that way they can see. You would more teach them how to be guards. They could see me and be like, "That's a knight. Okay, that's something to emulate."
Hey,
You're something to emulate too, Zach. It's just false.
He's the lieutenant. You're their drill instructor.
I don't know where
I
I
want to
would.
be both.
Nate, is there any place around here with books other than my study?
Camelot's library.
That's 4 hours away.
I will note that I'm not taking it easy on him, so I will use abilities like the new hurtful and whatnot.
Actually, you know what? I would probably just go out on the. Actually, I like it right up here, right on the balcony.
Now, Nate, you tell me if anybody decides that they want to be a smartass too.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
I will
It's
train
like-
the wizardlings on the balcony in the open, because fuck it, we just need room. And there's no like libraries or anything to do it in, so.
Yep. You don't get a whole lot of people. Like only about 4 people take you up on your offer.
Do they all got potential? Gotta see it in their eyes.
During the time you work with them, one of them, you're pretty sure he could probably get. He's probably good enough to eventually be able to do up to maybe 2nd or 3rd level spells with the right
Okay.
teaching.
That's pretty
It's not
good.
bad.
I like that. Yeah.
But the other guys will probably never get above cantrips or 1st levels.
Still good.
Something.
Fucking peasants.
But
That's
I like that. I
We
like
have
that.
super peasants.
I like that. I like that 2nd or 3rd level guy. Fuck, I just taught myself it. So he's got teaching. He can do more. Or he can do it faster.
Yeah, I mean,
I will make it known things like there's no favoritism among the guards if you're seen with any sort of like I don't know how to word it. Similar to like corruption. You know, like corrupt police and stuff like that. If you are seen with any sort of thing like that, you will be prosecuted.
I
buck
don't
up
have
some.
those rules.
Yeah, it's like stern dad stuff.
And Zen is there teaching with me. Because he's now the sage archetype.
Okay.